My golden rings. We're back.
We're back. We're nerds. I'm Jester954 with everybody's favorite uncle, Aaron Junkel Van John Mueller, and everybody's favorite bearded Viking, James.
Damn, he forgot my name for a second there.
No, I was just thinking, like, say little Jimmy, say Jimbo.
Okay,
I'm like,
gotcha.
Fuck it. We're back. We're nerds. It's been another week.
I would have
Still
said
another week. You guys haven't bought a T-shirt, but it's okay. I've worn mine 14 times without washing it. It's all right. And I like it. No, actually, I've washed it a few times because I'm in that weird place between medium and large. So the medium would be too small, and the large is a little too baggy. So I keep trying to wash and dry it to shrink it.
I meant to take a picture when I went hiking this weekend because I wore my Nerds hood or sweatshirt when I was out there, but I forgot about it.
That's where I was until I lost weight, and now I'm a medium again. Baby, I can wear all my medium shirts, and I feel great.
I think I was a medium when I was like 2 years old, maybe.
I got back to being a medium, and I was like, I can wear my fucking Sif shirt that I bought and wore twice and then got too fat for. And I can wear like my Flavortown shirt that I've had. It's pretty nice. I don't know that it's a good trade-off for how well I used to eat. Not gonna lie. But I do like not being as fat anymore. So so this week we're talking
but food's so good.
Summer of games, whatever the fuck they call it, stupid
Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, lame. I don't care. About the name, sorry. I mean, Summer Games Fest is fine. I'm gonna amend that. I don't care about any of it, to be honest. There's some stuff that was okay.
To come out.
Like, I'm happy for you guys for a lot of games, right? Like that got announced and shit, but none of it was like up my alley necessarily. I feel like Starfield.
Did you even watch the PC Game Fest, the PC Games Conference?
No.
There was a whole show just for PC.
Yeah, it's probably garbage.
It was pretty bad. Yeah,
there wasn't anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just not stuff for me. I mean, I'm stoked for. Well, we'll get there, but there's some cool shit. Starfield looked great, and we'll talk about that as well.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so we're talking Summer Games Fest, and
67. Wait, sorry. It just sounds like some like old 70s like concert series or Wallapalooza type shit.
When Hendrix took the stage and played the national anthem, bro.
At the Summer Games Fest in 2000.
We're also going to talk Miss Marvel, episodes 1 and 2. James and I will review that. And that's about it.
How do you know I didn't watch it? No, I didn't want to watch it because I kind of like saw some of it, and it looked like a Disney kids show, like, which it is a Disney show.
Well,
but it looked like
I
don't know.
You're 100% right.
Spoilers, you're 100% right.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, like I saw like some of it, and it was like
in some way I love it. In some way, it's like innocent in that way. I have some issues with it, but I mean, I'm enjoying it. And honestly, the main girl is fucking great. Like, I was, because she's a nobody, so I was kind of like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna go, And I find her awesome, so we'll get into it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk. James, I think, watched Boys episode 4. He'll give us a quick spoiler-free review because I haven't seen it, and it's all about me. Yeah,
right.
It's all about like I said, if you want to do,
it's all about Dre is what you meant.
If you do want to get into some spoilers, I'll just take my headphones off and then that way.
It's all right. Everybody's watching it. It's it is what it is.
And we got a bunch of news, so we will get it started.
Yeah, there is some news. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I see a lot.
Bro,
of
Summer Game Fest.
No, I mean just outside of
Game
that.
Fest, there's still like music. There's a bunch of weird like movie stuff. Good amount of movie stuff this week.
One that is just so dumb, I hate it.
2 that are pretty dumb.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into it. Let's jump in our weeks.
It's been
a week. I'll go again first.
It's been 1 week.
I got shit to talk about. I played EverQuest. The end. Played a lot of not a lot. Maybe 5 hours on Saturday, and then an hour or 2 here and there, but. It's a game that takes a long time to do anything, so if I'm going to sit down and play it, I'm playing for a long time, Yeah. I'm still loving it. I got to level 32, which is where I quit my original run. I mean, they've definitely sped up leveling, and they gave me, like, in-game money for, like, their store, and they have, like, 10% XP pots, so I bought 2 of those and used them for a little bit. So it's not fair to say I did what I did when I was 17 or whatever, but I'm back at that level. Same name, same exact character, race, and class, same look. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. It's a chill game. It's a good game to just sit down and like chat with people. It's basically what MMOs originally started as, was like chat rooms with game attached to it.
Unfortunately, it's taken you away from Discord, and I don't like it.
No one's ever in Discord, so I just sit. I mean, I don't know. Your PC was broken, and no one's ever in on it, so I just hang out by myself. But yeah, I mean, it's been fun. What else? I had something to say and I forgot now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Other than that, yeah, I haven't really done anything. I had to show a doctor my asshole again today. That was cool. And this time, I was his first appointment, so he was just like in a rush, I guess. I don't know. And he was just like, he didn't give me like the thing to cover myself. He was like, you can just pull your pants down and just like roll over. And I was like, okay.
Damn. He didn't like prep you or anything.
Yeah. Just go ahead and hold my
No
dick.
wine and dining.
Hold my scared little tiny penis while I roll over.
Aww.
And then I don't want you to see that. That's not part of your purview. Thank you. But yeah, so it was a checkup after I started my meds. So seems fine.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good.
And that's my life. The end.
We went to lunch.
Oh yeah, we did
We
go
did
to
do
lunch.
that.
We had sushi. It was really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Fat boy sushi.
Yeah, we had like a crab roll with like lemon and other shit in it. It was real good.
I'm trying to think what it was called.
Holy crab.
Holy crab. And then the mussel roll.
The mussel roll.
Which had no mussels in it, which I'm kind of upset.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah, I brought my own, you know what I'm saying? Anyways. Anywho, yeah, so what else did you do?
Let's see here. We did that. So I finally bought a bunch of shit and hooked up my laptop to OBS and streamed with that. So now I can do that and play like Steam and Game Pass stuff on the PC, which I've been mostly playing a lot of Killer Instinct. I bought that on Steam. Which is neat. I don't really. It's a little more cumbersome because like just a lot more wires and cables and a laptop. Yeah, turn the computer on, and it's in front of me. So having that in front of me and then a big TV behind it, and all the wires and the camera and the backlight or the front light, that's kind of annoying. Having a key light on, like having a big bright light in my face while I'm trying to play video games is
welcome to the big leagues, my son.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, dude. I might just not do that.
I've literally stopped streaming just so I can shut the light off.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes, especially with glasses.
It's really frustrating. And because I'm trying to play Resident Evil right now, and it's like a dark, it's like a kind of, it's Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
So it's not very spooky. It's more action-y. But, like, it's a dark game. And there's just this bright-ass light in my face. So I don't really like that. I might just say, fuck it. Like, I don't really need to look that nice.
That
just
new
go for,
camera
like, a noir
does
feel.
That new camera looks good, though.
Yeah, I did get a new camera. It's like the one everyone gets. It's the Logitech C920S or something like that. But that was cool. So that was fun. So it was neat to be able to like use my computer so I can play Street Fighter Cross Mega Man. Played some of that. Defeated all the 8 warriors. So now I'm in the M Bison shit. It's actually not even like a Wily Castle. There's just a stage for each of the 4 kings. So there's a Balrog stage, which is crazy hard, and then there's a Vega stage, and I didn't get past Vega. He was really hard. So I'm stuck there. I played some. Oh, I watched the Capcom conference on it. That was fun. So it's cool that I can do that kind of shit now. I kind of want to I'm thinking I want to sometimes like bring up music and watch like videos. Like, but you have to be real careful with that with the copyright shit. But I'm wondering if you look up live performances that aren't official releases, like not looking up like the Deftones concert video, but just looking up a live concert of Deftones filmed by some fucknut. I'm pretty sure we can watch shit like that on there.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, so we'll see. So that's kind of fun. So I did start playing Killer Instinct for the first time. I wanted to play that game since it came out. That fucking game came out in, gosh, I don't even know, 2015 or something like that. And it's a pretty cool game. I like it. It's really neat. I'd recommend anybody to play it because it's a fighting game and it looks really great. And 2013 is when it came out. It still looks really good, and it makes you feel really awesome. The combos are just fucking free, man. You can do a lot of really crazy combos, and the hits feel really good. And there's a lot of really awesome particle effects, and there's a lot to do in it. It's complete. They supported that game for many years, so it's pretty awesome. So I recommend that game to anybody with Game Pass, because I know it's on there as well. So yeah, so I'll be playing that because I am actually enjoying that a good amount. Playing Resident Evil 3. I'm going to try to play all the Resident Evil since they all got PS5 upgrades, and I haven't really played them, so I'm going to play 2, 3, and 7. My copy of 7 just showed up today. I got the gold one that comes with all of the DLC. I got it on Amazon for like $20. GameStop had them, and the day after they announced that they got free PS5 upgrades, they pulled every copy. So fuck them. They're probably pulling them so they could reprice them. And I'm liking Resident Evil 3. It's fine. It just controls really bad but it controls bad on purpose. Because since it's like a survival horror game, they have to make you sluggish, and they can't really make you move too well, because they want you to get caught by zombies and shit. And I notice everywhere you go, there's shit in your way, because they want the zombies, like they want you to have to either like perfect dodge out of the way or just shoot them. So it's a little bit frustrating sometimes. I'm just trying to get around, and I don't really want to waste ammo. It's all right. I'm going to get through it because it's only like an 8-hour game. So whatever, it looks all right, it looks good, I guess, and it's okay. I kind of want to put the infinite ammo stuff on just so I can enjoy the game itself, but I'm not going to do that. I started, Nickelodeon All-Star Battle was free on Plus last week, so I just loaded it up and I played, I played the arcade ladder through once, I beat it once, played the modes and stuff, and it's pretty bad. The voices are there now, so that's cool and all. But in Smash, right, when you're just doing light attacks, do they combo?
Wait, what?
I think every hit combos.
Like do
It
the
gives you
like
that.
if you mash like light attack, do you do like a little combo or something? Because I noticed these attacks, you're just doing one attack at a time. It's like the same. Like there's no real comboing or strings in this game that I noticed really, but it just plays like Smash. I did notice the AI is really bad, where if you just avoid the AI, it will just jump around and shit and eventually just kill itself. It'll just fall off the stage. So the AI is really stupid in it. It looks fine, I guess. It looks like a fucking Wii game. But it's pretty bad. I'm just gonna leave it at that. They do have a cool little mode though. It's like sports mode, but all it is that you have a little goal on each side, and then there's a beach ball, and then you have to like score a goal with the beach ball. I thought that was fun. But it's pretty bad. I reinstalled Dragon's Dogma, and I'm definitely not playing through the whole game again because I've played that game like 4 times. But I just jumped in my last file that I had, and I jumped into the end game, the giant well of the end game. I killed a bunch of stuff in there, which was kind of neat. Fought a bunch of giant monsters and shit. And I'm just trying to get I'm just trying to get a grasp of how it plays again and load out stuff so I can go to the DLC island, because that's what I really want to play, is the DLC island. And I have so many points, I can max every class, so I can pretty much do whatever I want right now. So I'm just like, when I get around to it, I'll build up a character. I'll just basically design a character with all the infinite points I have, and I will attempt the DLC island. I also started playing Soldiers, Soul Soldiers. It's like a Dark Souls. It's like a Souls-like
Metroidvania, right?
Metroidvania thing. Been playing that more still. It's getting a little more tough. I talked about last week. It's all right. It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. It's only $20, so I think it's worth the price of admission. So it'll 100% be worth it if it's on any kind of sale.
It's fucking cool looking, but it looks hard as shit.
Yeah, I'm in like this in this like Egyptian zone right now, and it's real hard, man. There's just a lot of shit flying at you, and there's poison dudes now, and it's challenging. And maybe I'm not playing it right, but I don't know. There's 3 classes. There's just like soldier, mage, and archer, and there's an option to switch classes, but if you change your class at any point, you negate like a couple of trophies. So it's like why do that? Like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to do that and then like negate a bunch of trophies and shit.
Well, everyone says you shouldn't play the archer or the mage. They're terrible. From what I read online, because it's like aimed attacks in a Twitch game like that. You know what I mean? That's a problem. And I forgot to mention, I have been playing a little bit of Salt and Sanctuary here and there. I gave up on Sacrifice because the fucking mage fights are just dumb, and it's like too much of it. But man, I'm probably quitting that game too. I'm just it's so frustrating sometimes. Like, it's really fun, and they're both like, they play pretty well, but god damn it, sometimes it's just cheesy. Like, it's just it's like almost there where it's like difficult, but you it's rewarding, but sometimes it's just dumb. Like, you just get fucking knocked down and then you just get spammed, or like an enemy hits you once and then you're locked into them just hitting you until you die. Like, it's very weird. And I was reading online a bunch of people, going back and forth, and most people just saying get good when anyone said anything. And I was like, maybe I can't get good, but it makes me violently angry. Like, it's the kind of game that's going to make me throw a controller. And I don't want to do that. Like, I was playing it, I played a little bit here and there on lunch or whatever. And like, I want to throw my DS5 or my DualSense, and it's not worth $70. It's not. And like, I want to find the guy that made it and just slap him, just open hand slap his face.
Wait, what's not worth $70?
Salt and Sanctuary. Because I want to throw
it wasn't 70.
No, I'm saying I want to throw my DualSense and break it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it makes me want to like smash it over my leg. Like, I haven't had that feeling in a minute. Elden Ring made me do that a little bit, but this, like, Elden Ring made me conceptualize it. This is like, I have to stop myself.
Yeah.
And that's rare. Like, I get mad at a lot of shit. This makes me violently angry. Like, I want to attack something. If I could get my hands on the guy, whoever made the current boss fight I'm on, and the run up to it, I would literally throttle them. It's very frustrating. If I could beat him up, I would. I'd pants him and I'd throw him in a dumpster.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I was like praising it, so I had to make a statement about it, because you played it and you quit immediately.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't know. I just there's just too many games. There's too many 2D games like that for me to like justify giving that game that much time.
The problem that I have with this too is enemies are physical things. They don't hurt you when you touch them, which is nice, but they'll block you and they'll just walk to the edge of something that you have to jump on.
Yeah, that was annoying.
And they'll just stand there and you're like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do if you're not a ranged character? Like, being a mage is actually pretty good in those games, but my first run I was like, I'm just going to go big fuck off sword. Like, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's really strong for bosses. Like, it's really good at doing a lot of damage and whatever. I mean, I need to build up my stamina because I have 2 attacks and then 1 roll. And if I don't time my roll right, I won't roll through the boss and I'll just get hit over and over again. Mm-hmm. There's a cut, man. There's a boss that's just so dumb. I fought him on a mage the other day because I made a mage just to dick around. And it only took me 2 tries on the mage because I had fire spell that I could blast these little slimes he throws out, but It's a guy called the Mad Alchemist, and he throws down slimes, like jars that have a slime in them, that if you don't hit them first, they'll jump at you and attach to you and poison you immediately. And if more than one does it, the poison stacks. So after the first one, the second one, you'll be doing 99 damage a tick, basically. So it'll be like 1 to 9 damage, or maybe like 20 damage a tick originally. If you get poisoned again, it's 99 damage a tick, and yeah, it's fucking crazy. And then he throws down a thing that casts 3 clouds that go across the map, shooting lightning straight down. So you have to time, you have to get behind them or roll past them or whatever. And then he throws down this other one that throws axes out of it. It's like just like a purple cloud on the ground that throws homing axes at you. And then when he gets halfway, he does all of it times 3, and he just dashes around throwing shit. And man, that's the one where I was like, I gave myself a Charlie horse because I fucking slammed my fist down on my leg, like, God damn it! And I had like again, I got violently mad, and yeah, it was frustrating. But I fought him again on a mage, and it only took me a couple tries. It was still annoying, and like that's the thing. There's a lot more times in that game where you die and you're like, that's fucking bullshit. Like,
yeah,
like Dark Souls, you die and I'll say it's bullshit, but I know in my heart it's me. I'm the bullshit,
That's funny.
This game, you die and you're like, fuck you. Like, there's a boss that I'm stuck at. You have to do this like crazy run past all these enemies, and if you don't kill them and you run past them, if you're not fast enough, they'll just come with you into the boss room.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then if not, you jump in, and you have to go through an animation for the boss every time, and it's a stupid one. It just shows the boss and goes like, bum, 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 whatever, and then it goes like, Gary the gunslinger or whatever, and you're like, okay, why is this 10 seconds long? I already fought him 50 times. Like, I don't need to do this. But it's just a guy with a gun, and you're on like half of a regular boss room map size, and he just shoots at you. And like, if you don't have a lot of stamina, it's hard to dodge. And then he shoots up in the air, and these like laser beams come down, and he's been pissing me off a lot. So I just literally like died the last time. I was like, nah, and I just turned the game off immediately. I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore, and I'm 50-50 on uninstalling because I feel like I'm pretty close to the end. So I'm like, I might as well finish it, but
yeah,
it's not.
I mean, if you feel yourself getting angry, just like quit, I guess. And keep trying to slowly work towards it.
Well,
maybe.
the problem is I haven't played it in a week, and I got that mad immediately. So I was like, maybe this game's just not for me.
Right.
But,
right.
Like, and that's the problem is like I want to play it because like the levels are pretty fun. The one I'm on is like very vertical, and there's a lot of like disintegrating platforms and all that dumb shit that like they took from platforming games, and I'm like, we could just not do that. Like, we could just not bring those shitty things into games anymore. Like, there's the ones now that are like they light up only for a certain period of time, but they're all timed different. And you have to get across them, and I'm like, we could just never do that again. It's not fun, and it's never been fun. I know literally 0 people that are like, oh, it's my favorite part of this game. I've never heard a person who likes those parts. And I'm like, why do we do it then? It's just dumb. Anyways, don't play Salt and Sanctuary. Don't give this guy money anymore. Nobody buys Salt and Sacrifice either. The end.
Yeah, I bought the first one. Let's see here. So records, I did buy more records. Ordered more records. So I did track down and get a copy of Cynic Carbon-Based Anatomy. Carbon-Based Anatomy is an EP by the band Cynic, and it's a 10-inch though, so I'm not really big on 10 inches. So
it is a lot.
Yeah, no, they're smaller, but I mean it's a great record. So I really enjoyed that. So I'm looking forward to that showing up, and then I did pre-order Mortal Kombat 1, 2 Split, and then Ultimate 3 Ultimate, whatever. So. This record company did repress those. I think it's like the 4th pressing or so of the Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 soundtracks on one record, and then the Mortal Kombat 3 soundtrack, which is new, on another record. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty cheesy music, but I mean, it's not bad stuff. It's still pretty decent music. So that should be showing up at some time. I'm still also waiting on my fucking Guilty Gear record from Channel 3 Records, which was supposed to ship last month. and they're just still waiting on it. So that kind of sucks. I'm still waiting on like quite a few records. When I look at my shop thing, I have like that Guilty Gear record. I got the Behemoth's latest album is gonna drop. A Slipknot record, Volume 3 that got finally printed. The Breath of Fire shit, the Tekken 7 4-disc, and then the Mortal Kombat stuff. So there's a lot of records coming in the mail. Behemoth dropped a new song today called Off to War or something like that. And there is a cool music video for it. It's like an animated music video kind of when they do that. What is that shit? That rotoscoping type shit where they like it's like people but they draw over it.
Yeah, it's called rotoscoping.
Yeah, it's kind of rotoscope-ish, but also with just band people. It's okay. So, man, is it the most boring Behemoth ass song? It is. It's actually got me debating possibly canceling my album order.
Damn.
But I mean, I don't want to because like I already paid for it, and I mean I could just cancel it. They would refund it right away. But their stuff is like their merch is so well made that I want it, I guess. But man, the song is, in my opinion, maybe I gotta hear it a few more times, completely phoned in. It sounds like, I can't even say it sounds like every other Behemoth song because it sounds like every recent Behemoth song again. But it's not as slow. It's a little, man, he kind of writes like, oh, it's got a punky section and then like a punk section in the middle. Like, not really, dog. It's so boring. And maybe, I don't know, I think I'm very confident saying that. It's super boring. And when it started, I could tell like the notes he was going to hit. And it's one thing to maintain your sound and your signature, but it's another thing to just be completely predictable. And it's such a bummer because if you just go back 3 albums, I mean, I guess that is 2009 to go back 4 albums. Like I said last time, if you go back to like Evangelion or The Apostasy or fucking Demigod, those albums, man, those albums are really crazy. Evangelion was the peak, I think, of like the diversity of a record because they have some really crazy, awesome shit. And these recent albums are just so boring. It's a bummer, man. It's a real bummer because their presentation keeps getting better and their production keeps getting better. But golly, is that shit getting fucking, what's the word, man? Just rote? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then a new Jesse Hayes, how people pronounce things. It's happening again. It's just happening. So I was almost for the first time going to write in because I'm on the I subscribe to Colin's Last Stand Sacred Symbols Patreon, and when you do that, you could write in. And I'm like, I almost wrote in, but he strikes me as one of those people that if you write in and you're criticizing, he might just tell you to fuck off. Not too much, but kind of. Man. So he did a Sacred Symbols Plus episode, which is like the episodes you get when you, like the bonus episodes. And he had a fighting game guy on, this guy Vincent Janito. I don't know who the fuck he is, but he's been on before to talk about Street Fighter. And I'm listening, and I forgot the first example, but he gets something wrong. And it just irks me a little bit because I'm like, hey man, you're here to talk about Street Fighter. And like, you should know what you're talking about. But it was fine. It was something little. It was okay. I let it slide. It's fine. So, do either of you know the name of M. Bison's, like,
Shadowloo.
bad guy? Say again?
Shadowloo, right?
Yeah, Shadowloo. And then when they did that really bad Chris Klein and Kristen Crook movie, Legend of Chun-Li.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
Yeah, of course. I had a crush on Kristen Crook.
Yeah, in that movie they called it Shadow Law.
Oh,
and it
boy.
was like, oh, I hate you. How dare you? But it's Shadowloo, right? And this fucking guy, dog. This guy's talking, and he's talking about the characters. And as he's talking about characters, I just noticed, like, man, he got he said something about Blanca. I forgot. I think that's what it was. He said something about Blanca, and I was bothered by it. And then he starts talking, and then he's talking about like the Four Kings, which he at no point does he say the term Four Kings, which is fine. Not everybody knows to call, Balrog, Vegas, the God Bison, the Four Kings. It's okay, but you should know that. Anyways, he's talking about them, and he's like talking about M. Bison. He's like, yeah, M. Bison's like this guy, and Colin's like, yeah, he has like a whole organization, and the guy goes, the guy says, should do Lou.
It's like he did it on purpose to hurt you.
Now, yeah, it was bad. He's like, because Colin's like, yeah, it doesn't have a name. He goes, oh yeah, Shadulu. And then you hear Colin go, he like audibly laughs. He goes, Shadulu. I always thought it was Shadaloo. And the guy's like, oh, like nobody really knows what it's called, but no, it's Shadulu. And I'm like, hey, we do know because it's spelled out for you.
Yeah.
It's Shadaloo. Shadalu.
Yeah.
Phonetics, dude. Shadulu would be Shadoo, or even if it was Shado, Shadalu.
More like
it's not Shadow Lou.
More like should don't Lou, am I right?
Yeah, man. And he's like Shadulu. And then they're talking, and a few minutes later says it again. Shadulu. Dog. I'm so mad. And then they're breaking down the new characters in the Street Fighter 6 leak. The leaked characters, which, man, the more I keep thinking about it, what a huge bummer and a huge disservice whoever leaked that did, because that's the whole hype of a fighting game coming out. Is like, man, who made it, who didn't? And it would have been really awesome to get that roll out. But anyways, there's a character named Kimberly in the new cast, and she's like a young ninja. She's like a young black girl. She's a ninja. She's got like, she's like wearing sneakers and like hip hop shit. And they're like, oh yeah, she looks really cool. And the guy who's a Street Fighter expert he's like, yeah, I think, you know what I think she is? I think she's Sean's sister. Right? And neither of you would already be saying something if you knew this.
Yeah, negative.
He's like, yeah, I think he's her sister because, they're both black and she's got headphones and like Sean's had headphones. And it's like, hey man, if you knew anything, you would see that she's a ninja and she's most likely tied to Ibuki and she's going to play like Ibuki's clan. But he's like, I think she's Sean's sister. The reason why that's a really fucking stupid thing to say is because in Street Fighter 5, first off, Sean's last name is Matsuda, and in Street Fighter 5 we have Laura Matsuda, which is his sister, which is told in the endings and all the story shit. Like, we know who Sean's sister is, and we know he's probably going to be in this game. And he's tied. He already has a sister. So why would you think, oh, this new character is probably this character's sibling, when we've already had the character that you're talking about sibling? So I know it seems like, oh, who would know that? But like, that's like super basic shit to anyone who even remotely kind of plays Street Fighter somewhat. Like, that's like baseline in the endings, well-known shit. And I found it really frustrating. And I wanted to like write a letter, not like a super mean one, but like write in and be like, hey man, like, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the guy's show, but like, I want to tell the other guy, Colin, to be like, hey man, your friend is fucking wrong. And like, I don't know, man. As a fan of the series, it bothers me because he's like, I want to do more things with fighting games, and I want to have people on that can talk about this sometimes. And you're having this guy come on saying he's a fucking expert, and he's just getting shit wrong the whole time. Like, I know I can't be the only person. In fact, I'm gonna go look in the Patreon message board. I can't be the only person that's freaking out at him saying Shadulu. And
this is sacred
yeah,
symbols, you said?
sacred symbols. You're not gonna find that episode though, because that's on the paywall. It's under the paywall.
You should try to be a guest on there and set him straight.
Oh no, that guy
It'll be good for the podcast.
That's the biggest PlayStation podcast in the world and the most successful video game.
You never know.
No, dog. That dude's been on Rogan twice. No,
you can do it. I believe in you, Jesse.
But
I believe in you.
But no, it just bothered me that I didn't know. I mean, it's not that he didn't know what he was talking about, but to tell you the truth, like hearing him talk about it, he did not really know that much, and to hear someone call that dude a Street Fighter expert really like kind of bothered me. It was kind of fucking frustrating. So fuck you, Vincent Genito. And I guess that's it. Other than that, I went to the grocery store yesterday and I wanted to get this wax cheese. It's cheese covered where they make it and then they cover it in a wax. And I'm like, hey, can I get the Boar's Head black wax extra sharp cheddar? And she's like, yeah. And then they didn't have any, so she had to get a new one and crack it fresh. I don't know if you guys ever go to the deli and like you're like, hey, can I get like a quarter pound of turkey or ham? And they pull out like a little nub that's been wrapped and rewrapped and sliced a million times, and I'm like, damn it, how many times have you handled that? Or when they grab a brand new one and they gotta cut it open out of the seal thing. I don't know. I just thought it was exciting to be able to get the first slice off of a block of cheese.
Sorry.
You're so bougie, bro. You're so bougie.
I know.
Or like when you get like, you know how they sometimes have like, you know, like the turkey or the ham or whatever, the outside is like seasoned and shit on like the cold cuts, and they'll cut the end off and throw it out, and I'm like, that has all the all the flavor on it. I want that part. Yeah, I get excited about deli meats.
Hey man, it's something to be to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah, you should join the Shadolu.
Oh man, fuck that guy, dude.
Oh, and that's Ibuki's sister.
Oh, you know what I will do? I should fucking at him on Twitter with the nerds thing and be like, hey man, it's Shadaloo.
Yeah. Hey man.
I should make like a quick little like 20-second thing just bringing up those points he got wrong and fucking at him. Like, hey man, you're not an expert. It's first off, it's Shadaloo, not Shadulu, and Kimberly cannot be Sean's sister because Laura's already Sean's sister.
Well, but I mean, she could also be his sister. People have two siblings sometimes.
No, because nah. Because
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I understand how like
no,
they wouldn't have multiple siblings like that.
Yeah, and he's just going, oh look, they both have brown skin, so they both must be black. Like, no, her character's black. Sean's Brazilian. His sister's more light skinned. But through meeting his sister, we've realized, oh, he's a Brazilian kid, and this chick's like a African American girl, which everyone is saying like, oh wow, Street Fighter got its first black female character, which every other of us are like people were like writing like, wow, Street Fighter finally has a black female character, and everyone's like, hey guys, Elena was in Street Fighter 3 and is a hugely popular character, and then people were like, she doesn't count because she's African, so then why don't you say Street Fighter has its first African American character, I guess. And then other people pointed out Dudley, but Dudley's not black. He's British Indian. I don't know. Either way, the diaspora of skin shades in Street Fighter, it's a documentary we're working on. But yeah, either way, arguments over Street Fighter bullshit aside. That's it for me. Go ahead, James.
Alrighty then. So on the PC front, I basically don't play video games anymore, except for now I do because I fixed it. Yay.
You've joined the Geek Squad.
Yeah, basically, I have learned everything there is to know about troubleshooting a PC. So don't send them my way because I might smash it. Yeah, it's super frustrating. Troubleshooting the PC issues is just super frustrating, but it's working great. No hiccups. It's yeah, it's been good. So good that I actually started playing Apex on my PC and have been in PC lobbies, which has been not bad actually. I do hate that like your account can literally go over from Xbox, but like none of the stuff you've earned comes over.
Wait,
so it doesn't really
really?
make sense.
That
Yeah, like
sucks.
when I turn it on, I'm still in the club. Like I still have my same name, like everything, but I'm level like 14 or is what I was or something, and I don't have any skins or any characters or anything. So I've heard Respawn is like it plans to eventually get that dealt with. So hopefully in the future, everything is just like, convertible or whatever it's called. Yeah. Compatible. Something. Yeah. I did try a Game Pass game called Skull, the Hero Slayer.
Yeah, I played that a few weeks ago. It's awesome.
It's not bad. I'm not a huge like rogue light fan or like I don't like having to like repeatedly play the same shit over and over and over and over again. Just to like slowly level up your, because this is a light, so it has, you slowly get these little purple gems that you can literally use like 100 of them to increase your damage by like 2.7% or something, something stupid like that.
Yeah.
So it's a grinding thing. I'm not into it. I mean, it'll be a fun little maybe like play while I'm not doing anything or whatever, but it's probably not gonna be for me too long. It's a fun little game and everything. Like it's just I don't like the loss of progression and starting over every time. That's just my personal flavor, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. It takes a long time to like build your character up. Like that's why I kind of fell off of it. I mean, I guess the problem I think is like there's too many video games that exist. So like I think that if that would have come out maybe back in the PS3, Xbox 360 era when indies were like pretty awesome and like you could actually find them and there weren't a million of them and you were going to play the game more, sure, but I'm not going to put 30 or 40 hours into that game.
Right, exactly.
So,
and there's just other things I'd rather put that time into.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So which hopefully, I know I started streaming on YouTube and then I basically haven't streamed. I have literally had something come up almost every night I've planned to stream. Like I'm like get really excited about the weekend and then my mom decides she's gonna stay at our place, so I'm not gonna stream that weekend. And then it's like our schedule's kind of been all over the place because we literally had like gaming shit dropping like crazy on all different kinds of nights. So we're trying to adjust to like give everybody as much info, and still stay within a weekish. And it's all madness right now. But hopefully, and I've been working on the PC, but I started up God of War. I'm going to try to save that for YouTube only and try to stream my whole playthrough, like start to finish. I started it up just to make sure like everything was looking good and everything, and it runs great. And obviously if my new setup can run Apex at, max frame rate for my monitor, then I really am not going to have any problems. So, yeah, I'm excited to get back into God of War. I kind of don't like that I've been having these like long breaks in between because I don't like having to like get comfortable with the combat again every time, and it's not going to do me any good like the further I get in the game. So I'm gonna try to focus it. And if I can't stream, I'm gonna try to record the play through, and I'll just post the VODs or videos or whatever. What'd you say, Aaron?
I just said boy.
Boy. Yeah, he says it's just so much. Well, I probably say it more than he does at this point, but I can't help it. Yeah. I get addicted to Saint Boy. And then I did, however, I've been looking for games to play. I've kind of been looking around, and I have heard of you guys talk of Neo. I have never even looked into them. Didn't really know what it was. And like it just popped up in Steam. I was like, oh, this looks cool art-wise. And I started looking, and it said it was like because you like Elden Ring, and it's like a Souls-like. I was like, wait, what? And I started watching it, and it looks sick. So I actually both ended up being on sale when I was looking at them. So I got the complete edition of Neo and Neo 2, and actually super excited to start those. I may wait till I'm done with God of War just because I don't want to like have conflicting combat styles at the same time, and I don't really like running two like adventure-y type games at the same time because I want to give my full attention to one at a time to really absorb it in. So plan to play those hopefully. Yeah, I look forward to that. And then I got caught up on, or I finished Demon Slayer or Goblin Slayer season 1. And so I was gonna start. I'm gonna hold off on Shield Hero until like it's like done. The season 2 stuff is out for me. But I started one called Megalobox. Either of you guys heard of that?
Oh, I've heard of that.
No.
Is it boxing, right? Like mech, like
Kinda, yeah.
Augmented boxing.
Yeah, they have like Jack's arms basically. They
Yeah,
can
is it
put on.
cool? Because it looks cool.
I have burned through the first season so fast. I've really
Watching
enjoyed it.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's so good. I really enjoy it. The cool thing is the main character he, like goes into this league kind of so like his trainer kind of like convinces him to like, you know, you got to make a name for yourself at first. And so he goes gearless, like he's like Gearless Joe is what he goes as. And so it was just for like the first 2 fights, he was going to do gearless and just to get his like, oh, there's this random guy doing, you know, get his name around. And then he kind of just stuck with it and just kept fighting like that. And it's been really, the first season was really great. I was hooked to it. It was really great. I started season 2. I got 2 episodes in today, and it's different. Like he's a year past, I think, the first season or something like that. And he's kind of going as like, I don't want to give too much spoilers, but like he's going as Nomad now, and it's like kind of he's in just a dark hole for some reason. They haven't really got into details too much on, but you can kind of pick through the episodes to get an idea. I'm trying to like dodge anything if you end up watching it. But I don't know. It's different than what I've been watching because I normally watch, you know, the sword fantasy stuff. But I'm gonna be real with everybody. Like I fully like ate up Real Steel, like ate it up. Love every second of the boxing, like, and they had the robots in it, of course, but this is kind of like, you know, more boxing stuff with a little bit of enhancement, and it's just, I'm into it. It's been good. I definitely recommend it.
It'd be cool if they made a game for it. Reminds me of on the PS2 there was a game, an anime game. It was so fucking great. It was called like Victorious Boxers. Ippo's Road to Glory, and it's based on that other anime, that older anime, boxing anime, but it was just like traditional boxing. And there's a game on the PS2, and if you look it up, like this PS2 boxing anime game, it plays better than almost any boxing game I've ever seen. There aren't many boxing games. Obviously, the Knockout Kings games were pretty good.
What was the other one?
It was Knockout Kings and Fight Night.
Fight Night's so good.
Yeah. Which I'm wondering why they haven't brought those back. Because like I guess nobody really gives a fuck about boxing, but I feel like I heard
it was the UFC being so huge.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That most recent UFC game, UFC 4, is very, very good. It's very cool, But
he kind of looks like Gearless Joe.
what do you want? You looked up Victorious Boxers?
Yeah.
If you look how it plays, man, it's really cool. Like they actually like move around.
Mhm.
You can like move around really well. And all the boxers have different like abilities and stuff. And it's on PlayStation 2. It's an old game. And it still looks awesome. Like I would kill for them to put that on the PS Plus thing as a PS2 classic, but it's probably not. A lot of those games don't get put out again. But yeah, I would really like a boxing game again because I love boxing games. I like the Punch Out style, and I mean I even like the Knockout Kings Fight Night style. It'd be really neat for them to do that again.
The Fight Night was good because like you got to have like a good story with it too. Like you actually felt like you had a reason to play it.
Yeah, the one round 5 or whatever it was called that had the story mode, which people shit. I don't know why people shit on stuff like that. Like, oh, it's stupid, it's corny. Yeah, man, it's a video game. Like Need for Speed had a game called Need for Speed: The Run. And it had a story mode where like the run was a big race from California to New York or the other way around. And I think it started in California. And the whole game was racing across the country. But like you were like this guy who like you're the best racer, but you don't race anymore. But like, oh, we're gonna make you race and you better win this race or we're gonna kill your girlfriend or some shit. Super corny, dumb shit. People were like, oh, the story mode is so bad. And every now and then like you'd be in a car accident and the bad guys are coming and you would have to hit the 2 sticks up to like get up. So technically a quick time event. So people like obviously shit on that. Oh, the stupid fucking the story mode is so bad. This is the worst game ever. The graphics were awesome. The cars were dope. The stages were cool. Like Need for Speed: The Run was awesome, and the reception was so shitty by people that like they kind of basically told the company that the game sucked. But it's like, no, that game was awesome, man. And they haven't put it back out as a classic or as anything. I would love to play that. That was one of my favorite Need for Speed games. And if you're listening to this and you're going, yeah, Need for Speed: The Run was bad. Fuck you, dude. That game was pretty good.
Oh shit. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's been good.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad I think there's maybe 3 seasons already available, and it looked like it's been out long enough that I like might have been able to like watch everything, and that's what I was kind of hoping for. But who knows? I could be wrong. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, except for I guess I watched episode 4 of The Boys. I'm not gonna get into any spoilers because we're all watching. If you're listening, you're probably watching The Boys. If you're not, you should be watching The Boys, Jesse.
Yeah, I'll probably catch up and jump in there because I remember it being good, but that means I would have to watch season 2. I think I watched season 1.
Okay.
So I think if I get a refresher, because I know I watched at least 3 episodes, so I'm thinking like, who knows? Maybe I did watch all of it and binge through it, so maybe I'll just look up a refresher. If not, I'll just jump in on season 3 and I don't care.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the season's great. Episodes 4 continues to be, more of the good stuff that you would expect. Homelander's. The guy that plays Homelander is just so good.
Dude, he's so good.
I just don't know how he's still in there. If he's so evil, he's like a super evil bad guy, right? But like pretends to be good, and nobody kills him.
Until this season, basically, like they're protected by the main company, VOT, and anything they've ever done has always been covered up. So they're really like. That's why the boys are doing what they're doing is because they're sick of seeing soups get away with like doing bad shit and it never getting out there. So they're like, yeah, we'll just take them out ourselves or attempt to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great shit. I mean, you're not going to go wrong watching this. Definitely don't watch it with the kids. If you literally have never watched anything of the boys, like no kids, it's great.
Sure. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. It's wild times.
And you will see shit you have never seen on TV or in movies or any of it. Like, I guarantee you 100% you have not seen this shit before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like people just exploding and like just crazy violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it continues.
Like the first episode or some shit of season 1, like
It's the first 30 seconds.
the Flash, the Flash type guy, the speed guy, just runs through a person, and just they explode. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's what's his name's girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Sick.
Which leads us into the story of the boys and how he got connected to him and stuff. So yeah, it's great. I guess me and Aaron both watched Miss Marvel episode 1, and I have 2 in, and you don't, right?
Yeah, I've watched both.
Oh, cool. I was thinking that's the boys.
Really,
you don't have it in. That's right.
Really quick about anime, real quick. So I'm probably gonna pick one of those anime OVAs of the Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, Fatal Fury, all that bullshit, and probably put it up at some point to see if anybody else wants to watch whatever. I'll probably review one next week. But I forgot. I did grab another one, the Dante's Inferno, which was a weird game that came out, a God of War clone that came out based on Dante Alighieri's Dante's Inferno Divine Comedy thing. And if you look it up, it's Dante's Inferno anime. It's actually pretty cool. They did it in like the Animatrix style, where every level of hell is a different animation company and director. And apparently, even though it's like cheesy and dumb, it's supposed to be like artistically a pretty cool anime film. And I ordered that because it was like $5. But that's not on YouTube. But yeah, I'll probably post this week which of the anime things I'll watch if anybody wants to jump in on that. That's it. Back to Miss Marvel. Back to Disney at lunch. Fucking sponsored by fucking, what is that shit called? Lunchables. I like Lunchables.
I don't hate Lunchables.
Yeah.
They're good.
I have a lot to say about Obi-Wan that I realize maybe I just sound like Jesse now, and I'm just a hater on things that are made for children. You know, like maybe I need to stop being elderly and pretending like shit is being made for me.
No, dude, because I see other fucking herbs out here being like, "What are you talking about? Baby Leia is the best part of the show." No, you're wrong. You're losers.
So I'm liking this show, but I definitely don't think she's annoying.
Who, Kamala
It's not even
Khan?
just Aaron's,
Kamala Khan?
not even just people on Aaron's comments. So I hear you, Aaron.
Oh, are you talking
Even a
about
guy
Baby
that I
Leia
know.
or main Kamala? Or are we talking about Miss Marvel?
I don't know.
Talking about
anymore.
Obi-Wan.
We're talking about
and the
Obi-Wan
Leia
because you
thing.
brought that
I'm saying
up.
that
yeah.
like I've seen people on your comments, and I've also seen people who I know say everyone's being fucking stupid and fucking toxic because Baby Leia or Kid Leia is actually the most badass part of that show. And these are like grown ass dudes I know that are like,
so
Kid Leia is awesome and it's the best part of the show.
Actually, it's funny because I'm going back and forth with I think he's been on the show, Justin, you know, Payomo.
Yeah.
I think he's been on the show before. We were going back and forth, and he's who I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just like, it made me realize like I'm just being like a grumpy dickhead. Then like I just need to let Star Wars be for little babies now because that's what it's for. You know what I mean? They're not writing it for me or you know for 30-something-year-old dudes who liked Star Wars back in
but I wouldn't really
original
take
trilogy.
his opinion
No,
into
and I'm
account.
not.
I mean, he's also another 30-year-old dude.
And I'm not saying he didn't even say this. This is just I walked
okay.
myself into this thought. He was saying he just didn't understand why people are saying it's like they're like keep talking about how she outruns like grown men in the first episode and how dumb it is, and he's like, y'all are watching Star Wars, bro. It's like you
True.
watched they also say that the prequels aren't as bad, and there's like a little kid being an amazing starfighter or whatever, like it just doesn't work. So
yeah.
Well,
so
when he gets into the X-Wing,
yeah,
and he's just
now this is pod racing,
blowing shit up and killing people by mistake. But he's like, "Wow!"
Real quick,
So
let's just go. But we'll go back to Miss Marvel because let's do Obi-Wan real quick. Have you've watched? Oh, you said you watched it just before this, dude. How? Okay, so Jesse, and spoilers for anyone else
I don't
that watched
care.
Obi-Wan, they bring Hayden Christensen back this episode, and they just don't try to mask that he's 20 years older than he was when
He's like 57-year-old Padawan.
Yeah, dude. And he turned into Vader when he was like 23, and we saw him at that age. And they just have a scene with Obi-Wan and him like sparring, and he's 1,000 years old. I mean, Hayden Christensen looks great. You know what I mean? Like him and Ewan McGregor, they look great, but it's like they don't even try to make him look.
Bro, Obi-Wan looked younger in that.
Yes. He got that Mr. Anakin's got that Mr. Magoo lines like from his nose to his mouth. Those like what frown lines. God, I will say.
How do they put? How is he in the show and not in his Vader suit?
It's a flashback. It's just like
he is in the Vader suit too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
with the mask off.
No. Well, we don't see him with the mask. Like they show him in the pod, but like in his back to pit or whatever. But
I ain't gonna lie, Vader was kind of a badass in this episode.
Dude,
though.
the Reva and Vader fight was dope. Like
yes, he didn't even like pull a lightsaber out the whole time.
No.
He's just like doing everything with the Force.
Bro, the best is that he breaks her shit in half. Like he turns on both, snaps it in half, and goes, "Have one, bitch." Like never says a fucking word. And then I mean, it was cool. And like I didn't really mind Reva after that. I think it was the second episode that I felt like her and Leia were just terrible.
The first 2 episodes weren't that great for that, but she got better after that.
And it makes more sense now why she was so stereotypically evil, because she was trying to fool the Sith. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it makes sense in that. Like, it's maybe not great writing still, but it's like at least you can go like, all right, that's not who she really is. So it's not like we have to try to believe. It doesn't need to be believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I think. So it's a weird episode in that you see things that you think the budget is good, and then you also see things that you think the budget is really, really bad.
Dude, yeah,
the camera work was dog shit in this episode.
And then I was thinking the Obi-Wan Anakin area looked pretty good. Like, looked the backdrop, it's clearly CG and everything, but it didn't look horrible. And then you see some of the shaky cam. And then
a lot. Why were they doing that?
The dumbest thing this episode, it made me so angry. It was like she's like breaking open the door, and she does a cool thing where she like tricks Obi-Wan and she cuts the fucking lock and like opens the door, and that's cool. And then she's like, "March in there, stormtroopers." Why wouldn't you just shoot the gigantic armored personnel carrier gun at them? Like, you were shooting the door. Just blow the entire room up. Why would you walk your stormtroopers into a room with people with guns?
Right.
Like, shit, we can't even get our cops to go into a school with one dude with a gun. And these fucking stormtroopers are just walking face first and missing every shot. Like, I know stormtroopers are bad at shooting, but everyone's missing. Like, why wouldn't she just go, everyone shoot into the building, and the guy with the giant gun, shoot in there too. Just shoot everything. Like,
right.
It makes no sense. It's that kind of logic that like Star Wars has been going through for like the last 10 movies of just like bad, like just dumb shit where you're like, I'm supposed to be scared of this evil person who doesn't do the most obvious thing to kill everyone. I don't know.
Well, I don't want to shit on the episode completely. There definitely were things that were like real bad, like the shaky cam thing, like was happening at times that it just like it wasn't necessary. Like, I don't even get why they were shaking the camera. It's just so weird.
You know what bothered me too is this is ending up like Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett. It's not about Obi-Wan. Literally has nothing,
Vader and Leia.
Nothing to do with Obi-Wan. It's just about Leia and now Luke, baby Luke. And I'm like, we didn't need any of that.
I'm gonna talk about the positive shit, bro. Freaking Vader grabbing that ship. I was just like, oh hell yeah. And then when he gets it to the ground, he just starts tearing the side apart with the Force. I'm just like, yes, destroy it all.
Yeah, it's definitely a Force Unleashed moment. You remember when Force Unleashed, Homeboy grabs a Star Destroyer, which is way more powerful, but whatever.
Yeah, that was a cool moment.
So awesome. The fight was really just great. It just showed how much more powerful he is compared to her. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, that part was the best part for me because like Obi-Wan versus Vader was real dumb for me on the last episode where
Yeah.
he just and I get it. Like I understood in one way he didn't want to kill him quick because he wants to torture him because he hates him, right?
Right.
But like it was just goofy. Like it was just stupid. This one was cool. Like this was a cat toying with a mouse. You know what I mean? This was like Vader being like, "Yeah, bitch," and then he tells her like, "You think I didn't know? Like you think I didn't realize who and what you were? Come on now." Like, yeah, I liked that, and I liked that he didn't talk the entire time. Like when they were fighting, he just, he just fucked her ass up and like toyed with her, and then he said, "You think I don't know that?" I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah, I'm still like I'm probably more forgiving to like look past like I can like see I can recognize the bad shit. 100% recognize the bad stuff. But I can like look past it and just try to like focus on the stuff I'm enjoying, and like I still am like I don't know. I'm probably like 6'5", 7 still, just because the things I've seen that I've enjoyed have actually like really been really awesome to see. And I think in the end, this is an extremely unnecessary series, and I'm kind of bummed that it's turned into literally just the like returning Leia saga, because I expected something a lot different, and it's really a bummer that they couldn't focus and keep it about Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
And even if it was about Obi-Wan and Vader, like I would have been fine with that. But the fact that it's just like all about Leia has been such a bummer,
dude. And that's what's frustrating to me is like there are 1 million kid actors in the world. Why pick the one that cannot act? And I mean, they wrote bad lines for her, which is a problem too. But like, I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes she's okay, and then the next line, you're like, "Oh my god, get me out of here."
I didn't like her just like stepping up to be the one to get on the ladder, like get me a ladder. I'm wait, what?
And it was so ham-fisted in the writing. He's like, "Huh. How am I going to get in there? It's only 1 foot taller." Like, I'm not a baby or a child. And then it's like, I'll go, and he's like, "You can't go." And it's Ice Cube's son.
So let's be real here. Like, take that vent door off and stick your torso in there and just do the work. It was like a foot in.
Yeah. I don't know. This series so far for me is probably a 5, if I'm being nice. And it's because there's just so much dumb. It's so unnecessary that it makes me mad. Like, and I'm like, they let people get hyped. Like they let Ewan McGregor come out, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And they knew this was the script they fucking had. Like, it's such bilge water. It's just trash. I don't know. Like, it's very
a
weird.
Pointless story.
Yes.
And I know like everything can be a pointless story, but this really just like doesn't matter.
They tried to shoehorn a love story
maybe.
too between him and Tala or whatever.
Yeah.
And like they met each other, said 5 words to each other, and then she does. He's like, "Tala!" It's like, dog.
Nah.
My dog. You don't even know her.
No. You guys have known each other less than a day.
Yeah.
Like
and
it's gonna be okay.
It was so clear. And dude, last episode was one of the dumbest episodes of anything I've ever seen, because she sneaks into a fucking Sith base, right? Like, and she's part of the new Empire, New Republic, or whatever. No, the Empire, because this is pre episode 4. But she's fucking talking to him, and there's a dude 1 foot away from her. Like, she's talking into
I didn't understand that.
And this dude is just sitting there. I'm like, dog, the room is quiet. Like,
yep.
She's just like, "Where are you? Are you in Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Jedi? Are you in here doing the sneaky stuff? Are you in the room where the kid that we need is, that we're trying to hide?"
Really
what?
Was.
And the guy 100%. Even like turns at one point.
Yep.
Even is like, "The fuck, bro?" And then she chokes a guy out in the same room. No one hears it. Just drops his body. Like, what the fuck kind of dumbass plan did you have? I don't know. And it was like a suicide plan. I get that, but like, you didn't even try. And then Obi-Wan,
there's a lot of not well thought out writing in this.
Yeah. It's really another issue where I had with the prequels. Is like all the Jedi are fucking dummies. Like Qui-Gon Jinn is the worst Jedi, and now Obi-Wan is as dumb. Like he's just like in all of the prequels leading up to, episode 4, he's like cautioning Anakin, don't be rash. Think before you act. And then this series, he's like, YOLO baby, let's go. Like fucking dude, I don't care. And you're like, what? The only thing I am getting out of this is I like that there's some consequence to like Anakin killing the Padawans, like the younglings or whatever. Like that whole thing with Reva, and people have been saying it this whole time, and I did like that that's where it kind of ended up.
Mm-hmm.
But her plan makes no sense. Like, bro, you made your way all the way up. Like, I guess she had never met Darth Vader. I think that's like the whole thing is she was working to get to where she could meet him. But then she met him, and he force choked her, and you would think like, oh, I realize I'm not going to kill his ass. But
instantly.
Yeah. But instead, she's like, I'm hunting. Like, Obi-Wan's like, you're hunting him. Ha ha. And it's like, what? Like, how many Jedis has she killed to get there after being mad that he killed Jedi?
Was the plan just to wait for those two to be fighting and then just kind of like stabbing them in the back kind of deal, I guess?
I don't know. If you live in Star Wars world, you just don't fight somebody who knows the Force. Like they're just gods basically. Because like fucking Obi-Wan in this is like somehow able to intuit via the Force that people are talking over radio channels. Like it's very weird. The Force is weird, man. And then people's power in the Force don't make a lot of sense. Like Obi-Wan shouldn't be weaker in the Force, even if he's been masking it. Like he shouldn't not be able to like catch a 10-pound child or whatever, 15-pound child or whatever, however much a child weighs. I don't fucking know. Like he's like struggling.
A newborn is like 10 pounds.
He's struggling to catch Leia, like, and she's falling, and you're like, I mean,
well, not anymore.
Yeah, now he like could hold that water, which that's a lot of
he
pressure.
Pushed old girl back like 50 feet.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. And then like all of a sudden he's like way slower, which I'm okay with. Wow. Like with his lightsaber moves, because I didn't really like the ballet shit. I did like I said, that Reva Vader fight was great, and I liked that Vader was like slower in his attacks. Like it makes that episode 4 fight. They're definitely elderly people in that fight, but like at least it makes it more feasible that they're not doing ballet.
They were elderly in this episode.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, Jesse, just scroll through this episode for a bit and see that Hayden, they literally didn't try. They gave him like his little stupid ponytail from episode 3, but he turns around and he looks like he works at the carnival. Like he looks like one of those guys that runs a carnival ride.
That's dead on.
And sells you like one of those fucking posters with like a Grim Reaper that's like foil. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, God. I would, check that out and definitely watch the little Vader thing because it was pretty good.
Yeah. Dude, that part was great. And like, yeah, it really, I like that I wish they wouldn't have had the Obi-Wan Vader fight, because that fight was like this fight shits on it, and it is just such a perfectly directed showing of Vader's power without being like over the top. Even him catching the ship was dope, because it's like, I don't know, they didn't go, like he didn't fly into the air and, he just like walks out, raises a hand, and you're like, oh shit, like, and they don't, it's just a held shot. He's just holding the ship, and it's like trying to get away, and then just brings it down and fucking starts shredding it, and that's really cool. And then their fight, I just really liked. He's just like blocking all her shots. He's like, nah, bro, you can't even get your lightsaber.
Yeah, he's not even really like going on the offense ever. He's just stopping her.
Yeah, and it was cool. Like more of that. Like you said, if this was more about like Obi-Wan realizing that Anakin's alive and that he is Vader, and maybe we could have had this be like a mission where he's like, I have to stop Anakin, and then realizes he can't, you know what I mean, and then he's like, I'm just gonna protect his kids, like, I'm gonna protect Luke. That would have been the way to do this show. Like, do a mission where he meets Reva, she's his enemy, then they realize they have a shared goal, they go to fight, she's maybe even stronger than him. Maybe you show that in some way, you know, and
Mhm.
then Vader kills her and he goes, "Oh, I can't do this. Like I can't stop him. He's too strong. Even the two of us and she's more powerful. I just need to protect his son, you know, like, or who I
Yeah.
can protect." He looks in on Leia. She's with the, you know, that family on Alderaan. You're like, okay. He sees her. He's like, all right, she's safe. I'm going to protect Luke. The end, right? Then he goes to the cave and becomes old Ben Kenobi, which, again, kind of, in fairness to these prequels and this, Obi-Wan Kenobi's a fucking idiot because he literally uses the name Kenobi. Old Ben
Yeah.
Kenobi. Like,
I do think they're showing, at least maybe I'm just reading into it. I feel like they're showing like Anakin's struggle some points, or just like connecting still. I feel like there's like just moments, even if he's wearing the helmet and everything, where there's just like kind of like just a slight tilt to the head or something that's like making me feel like they're kind of trying to show that like Anakin's still in there, even though Vader's like full force right now, you know?
yeah. And there, if I give credit to the prequels in any way, and to Hayden Christensen, who, you know, God bless him for, you know, doing what he did and playing Anakin Skywalker. Like, he didn't write the scripts, and he wasn't that, like, he's not the world's greatest actor in those movies, but he's not the worst either. You know what I mean? It's just not directed well. It's not written well. But he did show, like, they did an okay job of showing, like, how emotionally unstable Anakin is, so that when you get that turn in Jedi, you know, it's like, oh shit, like, it makes sense, right? Like, he isn't all bad, but he's not good either. You know what I mean? Like, that, I don't know, you get that emotional up and down from him a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I was watching this episode and they were showing there's a scene where Vader's thinking about that fight, you know, and they kind of
Right.
just cut back to his helmet, and I was just like, God, that costume is so dope because, like, it somehow gets through to you, right? Like, you can't see a face, and like you said, you're reading into it. Like, it's such a blank slate while also being imposing that, like, you can put your own feelings on, like, you can kind of project onto it. It's like a flat screen or whatever, you know. It's very good. And this
Anyway,
this
get off
episode, even though I hated a lot of it, the Vader stuff was cool. Like,
yeah, Vader stuff's great.
though Vader's much like Thanos, where the whole time he's just letting other people do shit, and it's like, why doesn't he just go be strong as fuck and find, like, just search in the Force? You know, at this point, Obi-Wan's using the Force. He can find him when he's in the
it's
cave.
like anybody with a lot of power. You like to see the ants play before you start crushing them.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But he's not, well, I guess he is, you know, I forget what his rank is in the Empire, but, you know, he's not the leader because Palpatine's there, but he's, you know, he's second in command, so I guess you're right. But yeah, I don't know. We got one episode left. I think it's a 5 for me, which, and I'm talking like true 5, where it's like, it's just middle of the road. It's fine in some cases, but it's not good enough for the actors that are in it, like the characters that are in it. You know what I mean? It doesn't do justice to say to Obi-Wan, who, honestly, Ewan McGregor in the prequels is the best part of those movies to me. Like, I think he's a great actor, and I thought him as Obi-Wan really worked for me when you put him up against, I forget the actor's name who played him, Sir something. You know, they work really well together, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Anakin is, like, the funny thing is, like, James Earl Jones's voice as Darth Vader just does not fit for Hayden Christensen's face.
No, God,
it's so weird. And they don't, for you, Jesse, they don't have him talk with Hayden Christensen's face. He never has that voice unless he's wearing the, you know, his Vader mask or whatever. It's just funny to, like, think that that's who's in there going, like, look into your heart, you know it to be true. This guy's little rat tail. I mean, he's kind of did that, but yeah, I don't know. I was just watching it, and I it's just so bloated to me for being as short as it is. It's like, at once, it's too short for what I'd want from, you know, like, if I'm gonna do like a series, 6 episodes isn't long enough, but it also feels overlong because, like, there's so much nonsense thrown in.
There is a lot of, like, it's just because the story they're doing is just so pointless.
Yes. You know what it was? It reminded me of, and my friend Steve from formerly of the Comics Loves, he made fun of me because I still say I like The Last Jedi. There's a lot to not like about that movie, and I recognize that, and I will say that openly. There's parts of it I like, and I enjoy that it did something different. They made some weird choices that felt like, kind of a little bit of a nod to like George Lucas's original roguish filmmaking style, right? Like, yeah, it didn't work out and it left nothing good for the ending, but there's some cool shit in there. The main story is so dumb, and they did that in this. Like, the main story of The Last Jedi is we got to get away, and they're just slowly floating through space. It's like a 2-mile-an-hour car chase. This has that kind of vibe where it's like, oh, the door to the roof is closed. We've got to get out of here. What will we do? And then it's like, uh-oh, they're shooting at us. Like, it just seems so like, obviously, Obi-Wan's not going to fucking die because he's alive in episode 4. So what are we doing? And like, Leia's not going to die because we see her.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah. All right, so let's go on to Miss Marvel real quick.
Yeah.
So we watched episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1, I enjoyed, but I wasn't necessarily sold. Again, I really like all of the characters a lot, actually. Some of them, like the bad girl, the Zoe girl, she's kind of annoying, but she's supposed to be, you know what I mean? And I'm not a kid in high school, so maybe there are people like that. I don't know, But I really, really do like the main girl a lot. I think she's fucking killing it. Like, her acting's great. It's obviously high school shit, and there's like a lot of goofy, like, high schooly teenage show stuff, but I think her specifically, I think she's doing a great job.
Yeah.
I
I agree that I like her a lot. I think she's cute and she's funny, and it fits like a new superhero vibe and everything. Like, she's doing that great. For me though, like, I'm super bored until the last 10 minutes of each episode. Like, really bored.
I think the first episode, yeah. Wait, I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just saying, I agree with you in that first episode. There's a lot of like build up to like, I was like, how are we going to get to where she has powers? And then, you see the kind of like the bracelet, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. But then the whole part with her getting her powers, I was like, I don't really understand what's happening. She just like punched something and it flew around, and then like all this shit's going on. But the second episode I was a lot more into, and I think it's because like I said, I like all the characters a lot. So like getting some of that family drama and some of like just the baseline high school stuff. Like, I really enjoyed that scene where she went to school and had all that confidence. Like, she went emo McGuire and like did the dancing shit.
Yep.
But like for her, it's not like evil. She just is feeling herself because she saved someone, and like she's not telling anyone. Even though I was like, just tell your friend, like Nakia or whatever. I'm like, just tell. Why aren't you telling her? Tell her and your Michael J. Fox friend, and then those be your core. But for some reason, she's like, because like, did they in the first episode talk about how she can't tell anyone? Like, did they ever say like
they might have like passingly said it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the smaller stakes, right? I like that it's not like she's multiversal or she's saving the world right now. Maybe she'll become like a young Avenger when we get that series, and that that could be like they have some bigger villains or whatever. But in this, I liked that in episode 2, she's just trying to save one kid and almost fucking kills him. And bro, that kid ate shit, dude. Like, and though it was funny, he fucking falls out a window and holds onto a how was he even up there? Like, I was watching this and working, so I couldn't really watch all of it, but like, why is there a shower up there? And
well, I think it was just a curtain for that like opening, and he was just like taking selfies out the window.
Yeah, and then he goes, but he's like about to fall. And he goes, "Why did I climb so high?" I'm like, "What?" That's another moment like what I said about what annoys me about young Leia, and I think it really might be mostly the writing. I don't think she's the world's greatest actor, but I think it's poorly written. That's just not what a little kid would say when he's hanging out a window about to die, right? Like, why? Oh man, why did I climb up so high? You'd be like, "Fuck, I'm gonna die!" Like, you don't have the moment to be quippy. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's very high school Disney Channel stuff. I'm gonna keep watching it. Still, it's like it's good. I'm bored with it because I'm not into the like high school shit, and she's great, and I like the stuff with her family a lot. And I like the actual like behind the scenes hero stuff and when she's doing her hero stuff, but like overall the like high school life stuff, I don't connect with it, and I don't care.
Yeah, we'll
And
see.
it's super cutesy and kind of, it's just very Disney Channel, like overly cutesy.
Well, I feel
sometimes.
like though it does fit what I know of that character, and I am not an expert on Miss Marvel at all. Like I'm not a comic book expert in any way, but I Wikipedia and I look around, I'll read panels and shit, and it seems like that kind of fits her character of what
I think she's playing the character great. It's just all the high school life, like
Well, that's what her book's like. It's like a YA book.
Yeah, it definitely is what you said, Jesse. It's definitely like Disney. The production value is fucking great.
It's like after school Disney show.
But it's like
it's
I
Disney
imagine
Channel
if
show.
I was 14, 15, if I was like a teenager or even in 8th grade, 9th grade, I would love this shit. Like it'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to be more forgiving of this, and I should be more of Obi-Wan, but I feel like Obi-Wan was made for 30-year-old dudes who watch the prequels. You know what I mean? Like that's who the audience is for. So it's harder to forgive it. Where like Miss Marvel's like, yeah, this is for teenage girls to have a teenage girl superhero, and maybe teenage boys to whoever. It's just made for high schoolers.
Yeah, it's good for what it is. I'm bored with it.
I will
say,
say,
get to stuff.
I already like it more than Moon Knight, and I think
100%,
which is I would never, and not because of any reason. I just thought I was going to enjoy Moon Knight a lot because I love Oscar Isaac and I like the idea of like crazy Batman. Kind of like schizophrenic Batman sounds awesome, and that show, it could not exist, and my life would be no different.
I've already forgot about it. Like I hate that.
Yeah, I
hated
completely
that.
forgot about it.
I hated it.
Yeah, I think by the end, I didn't.
It's even worse than not. Like I didn't hate it. Well, go ahead.
No, I'm with you. I was just gonna say I think I'm ambivalent to it. I think worse than hating it, I just don't care.
I have no feelings on it because it was just a big nothing burger.
But I hate it because of like how good the acting
potential
was, and how cool everything looked, and how much of they just completely dropped the ball with it. And I feel I'm just so bummed, and I hate that they messed it up. Like I hate that. It makes me hate the show.
I am interested to see what we're going to get with these agents that are after enhanced individuals, because I think there was part of that in Moon Knight a little bit, right?
Hydra people. Well, no, so that exact guy is from No Way Home.
There you go. I knew I had seen them. That's the cop that people thought was Matt Murdock originally in No Way Home, right? Like in the images.
Yeah, he's like questioning them and gets what's his name to say he's the guy in the chair, and basically so that means you are associated to all the killing and stuff then.
And I knew he was doing the same move in this. I was like, I've seen this scene before. I just couldn't remember where. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see that. And
they have to be like a Hydra cell or something like that type of thing.
I will say I'm kind of burning out on all of it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I really am enjoying Miss Marvel, and I think I think it'll be a fine show when it's done, and I'll enjoy it. But like, I just don't think I care about the MCU going forward right now. and
the only thing I care about is literally, I think, Blade.
Yeah.
Which God forbid, dude.
I want to see.
God forbid that comes out and it's whack as well. I hope not.
I'm very concerned because I enjoyed the original one.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to talk about Guillermo del Toro, who directed Blade 1 and 2. Or did he only do Blade 2? Just 2. Sorry, 2. And we're going to talk about Blade in a little bit, too, because we got the Midnight Suns trailer, which was...
Yeah.
But...
well, no, you didn't watch the gameplay?
Oh,
I put like a long ass gameplay video.
Oh no, I just watched the trailer. I'll put the gameplay on in the background because that's why I was
in the
like,
background you can see it. It's just XCOM, dude.
Oh, so, really?
Like, I'm gonna buy it, but I'm probably never gonna play it.
Really, I did not know that it was XCOM-y. I don't see.
You didn't know what it? Yeah, it's just straight up strategy. It's just a strategy tactics game.
Oh, that's cool. I'll
It is-
fucking play it for sure then. I
Yeah,
thought
it's
it was
just
going to
XCOM.
be like Justice League kills the Suicide Squad or
Oh,
whatever.
I wish. I
Yeah.
wish it was an action game.
It's
No, it's
funny. I'm
all
the
just
opposite.
tactical.
I'm the complete opposite. I'm glad it's a tactics game because I don't want like another action game.
Well, that's
like that.
good then, yeah, because then you could play it. Because it definitely, for sure, it's going to have a lot of really cool stuff in it. Well, yeah, put it on in the background and look at it a little
Yeah,
bit,
that's
and
what I'm
then we'll
gonna
get to it.
Okay. So I just want to say I'm kind of burning out on all of it in the end. I just feel
Agreed.
like, again, it's too much. It's every month. Like, I wish it was like even every 6 months, maybe even every year, right? Like, or we do a movie a year, right? And then a series halfway through so that we have like a drip feed. It doesn't need to be everything. Like back when every year we'd get a tentpole Marvel film, it seemed awesome.
It was a big deal,
I need something that's got a little bit more like stakes to it, I think.
Yes.
And not even universal. Like the main character needs to have stakes. Like I need something where like I get like concerned for the hero. Like Spider-Man was the last one that I was like emotionally pulled in on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just and before that, I mean, it's been a minute. Like I don't know.
I really enjoyed.
I need more.
I really enjoyed Multiverse of Madness, but it didn't do anything for the main universe. Like definitely wasn't multiversal enough. But I loved it for what it was in terms of I love Sam Raimi.
I think having Scarlet Witch's thing only be about her chasing after her kids kind of took away from like you really thinking she would like destroy all the multiverse.
See,
I think it pulled it down to where I was like, well, she's just mostly after her kids, and if she gets that, then whatever.
I'm in the armchair quarterback, armchair director mode, but to me, the script is simple. You go, our Scarlet Witch having made amends or having had to work on making amends for what she did in WandaVision has to stop a multiversal Scarlet Witch who's gone full-blown evil to get her kids. That's what you do,
that's
rather than have our Scarlet Witch be the bad guy. Like, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, it just seems so much easier because Elizabeth Olsen's so great, and we had WandaVision. Because this kind of nullifies the end of WandaVision. Like
and we still love her at the end of WandaVision.
Yes, and like by the end of this, you feel for her, right? But it would have been better to me, it would have been better at least if our Scarlet Witch had to stop like a full-blown evil, multiverse destroying Scarlet Witch and have to give her kids up again. You know what I mean? Have to be like, I see them and I have to give them up in order to save the universe.
Fuck that, dude.
I wish Doctor Strange would have been the bad guy and she would have been the one to kind of like bring him back down.
Yeah.
Like he got too much power and she's like, oh, I've been messing with this shit and I see where this is going and I need to stop him.
No, I'd say have the other two Olsen twins come back as make them like multiversal crazy Scarlet Witch clone characters, and she's got to fight both of them or some shit. That'd be neat.
I'm watching the Midnight Sun shit, and I realize you like make a character, which is weird, but it looks good. I mean,
oh, you do? I mean, you control like Ghost Rider and Wolverine and Blade.
You make like some kind of knight who's like I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but yeah. So, anyways, I'm getting burnt out. That's all. And Star Wars, Obi-Wan showed me. I'm burning out on all of it. I wish they just did Mando. Like, let's just do Mando and then like weird extended universe stuff, right? Like, there's so much cool shit that they could milk from Star Wars. Like, they could make there's thousands and billions of years. Go super in the future, super in the past. Go fucking 5 billion miles away to a planet we've never seen. Like, why do we need to be doing Obi-Wan again?
Yep.
I just don't get it. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I got for Miss Marvel. I'm enjoying it. I won't rate it yet because we haven't had enough. Like, we're on the last episode of Obi-Wan, so I think unless something wildly awesome happens, I'll stick to my 5 probably. Either wildly horrible that knocks it down or wildly awesome, then I'm like, you know what? That's a 7 now. It's all worth it. I can't see that happening, but it could happen.
Yeah.
So should we get into? Do you want to do brief shit and then do the showcase, or?
I think we
I
should
say do the
go-
news.
Yeah, let's get through the news. Let's see here. So there's some film, movie, TV, watchy news. Which one? Junji Ito is going to make a horror anthology for Netflix. I think that's pretty neat. Junji Ito's anime.
Now, is it live action?
Buddy.
Is it live action?
I'm not sure. Let's see here. So there is and it's called Maniac. So Junji Ito's Maniac coming to Netflix in 2023. He's gonna adapt a bunch of his stuff. So I'm assuming it's got to be animated, bro. Because let's see here. It's called Junji Ito Maniac: Japanese Tales of Macabre. 20 stories will be adapted that will be animated for the first time. So that's pretty cool. So a bunch of his cool manga stuff, manga, anime, is going to be adapted into anime. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty awesome. Hopefully I trust that it'll be probably disturbing. So that's pretty awesome. So Junji Ito coming to Netflix 2023. Another one is Guillermo del Toro is coming out with a Cabinet of Curiosities anthology show. Mm-hmm. That sounds pretty awesome. Knowing Guillermo del Toro's, style of stuff, that's pretty neat as well. So that's more stuff that looks fun to watch. That's kind of shit I will definitely watch, like stuff like that, anthology stuff like that. I will definitely watch. Which I never did finish Love and Robots, but it was really good though. Watch the crab episode. So the Guillermo del Toro thing is coming to Netflix. And I believe they have the whole layout of the show. Like they have all the episodes. Man vs. Bee. There's an episode called Florida Man. Athena, Carter, whatever. So the Guillermo del Toro Cabinet of Curiosities, there's a trailer out for it. So that's going to be pretty neat. I look forward to that as well. Next, there's going to be a Duke Nukem movie made by the Cobra Kai creators and Legendary.
That's what saves it for me, honestly. Cause,
the Cobra Kai guys?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Cobra Kai. I have not watched the most recent season, actually. It came out and I was like hype, and then I didn't watch it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things, and I loved the first. What is that? 2 seasons? This was the third, right? Yeah. Or was this 4?
It might be 4 in now.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't remember.
Yeah. Well, they tried to make a Duke Nukem movie back in 2018 with John Cena, but that didn't go through. So I think you were saying earlier, James, do you think John Cena should do it? But apparently he was going to be Duke Nukem, but I guess it didn't work out. Because they'd have to, like what it says here, pull a Deadpool to get the tone right, which is true, man. If you're gonna do Duke Nukem, you got to do all of it. It's got to be fucked up. It's got to be. I mean, I don't know if they can. I think they can, because people can still make whatever the fuck they want, and I think people will still kind of watch it. The problem with Duke Nukem is it's just dumb. It's just camp. It's just big brute versus aliens. And if you don't do the Duke Nukem stuff, then why do this?
Yeah.
If you don't do the cigar and the tits and the strip clubs and the kick-ass chew bubblegum,
it just doesn't. It doesn't play now. Like, there's just not. I don't think an appetite for like groovy, baby. Like, I mean, I guess I loved Ash vs. Evil Dead, but I'm elderly.
Did you like Peacemaker?
I've not finished it.
Yeah, it seems like that's all it would be. Only more.
I mean, I liked what I saw,
and
but at least Peacemaker, they recognize that it's goofy, and everyone else makes fun of him for it. You know what I mean? Like,
that show sucked.
I enjoyed what I've seen, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't.
Speaking of more DC that sucks. Don't get me wrong. I think the Joker movie's good, But this news is stupid.
Yeah. I have never cared less about something.
So we got word that Lady Gaga is potentially in talks to play Harley Quinn in the upcoming Joker 2 movie. And not only is it just because, don't get me wrong, I think she could actually act the shit out of it.
Yeah, she can act very good.
But it's because they might be making it a musical.
Yeah.
And I could see them doing that. I could see them doing that with this shit, man.
So I think there's one way I would be okay with it, and I'm doing it based off of what they've given us with the first movie. If it's a musical from Joker's point of view while he's like doing the crimes and killing and everything in his mind, but then like we get clips of people outside of it and it's not a musical, it's just straightforward, and they're just like, what is this psycho doing?
Oh, I could see that.
But that
Like,
would work.
Not like
cool.
That would work for
not
like
the whole
one
movie
scene.
is music.
Yeah, that would work for like one major scene. But even then,
Or maybe 3.
Joker without Batman just
It's
doesn't
weird.
work.
Yeah.
And like the first movie worked in its own way because it's not even really a Joker movie. Like I would say
Now,
that's
I wish they
not
would have
the
just called
Joker.
it the Clown.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah. It's not the Joker. Like that's not the
Yeah.
Joker. He's never going to be the Joker. I don't know. But well, I don't know. People loved
He's
it.
gonna have
so
a Harley Quinn now.
now there's going to be a whole new set of screenshots for dudes to put up on fucking with like horrible fucking words over them, like test me and I'll show you who laughs last or whatever dumb shit. Like I'm the I'm the nicest guy, but don't make me mad.
It completely fits that they would like go for the Harley Quinn next because there's already like that whole like I've been a Harley Quinn fan since forever, like because of the new stuff, and it's just gonna go great with all these like I've been a Joker fan forever because of Joaquin Phoenix Joker. It's gonna be a marriage made in heaven.
Yeah, the Harley Quinn shit is pretty frustrating. The Daddy's Little Monster shirts and
I saw
but,
it.
and don't get me wrong, I love Harley Quinn. Like I love the character.
Yesterday I was driving to work and I saw a car. It was a lime green Honda Civic and it had Harley Quinn stickers all over it. And then one of them had a quote and it said, "I put the hot in psychotic." And I pulled up and it was just like some white lady. I'm like, oh,
was it Harley Quinn like from the movies and stuff?
No, it was from the comics or like from the cartoon. It was like like
Tim
a
Sales
drawing.
shit.
It was
they
like
don't
a drawing.
even know what that is.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, you're just so desperate. You're like,
not Tim Sale.
No, not Tim Sale. I was like, he's a comic artist.
That's last Halloween guy.
No, but like,
what the fuck is the guy name?
It just reminded me of like
something Tim.
It just reminded
Bruce
me
Timm.
of like being, the like I'm not like other people. I'm
Right.
different. Like, no, you're not. You put the hot in psychotic. You're a fucking train wreck.
I'm
and
not like other girls. I really like pizza.
Yeah, you're not like other girls. You're gonna fight with me in public loudly.
Yeah. Pizza's not a personality, like yeah, but the thing is though, is we gotta let people be, man. Like I saw something the other day that said it was like one of those posts, when you see like it's always funny because it's always like the most toxic people where their stories are like, once you realize that other people don't matter and their opinions don't matter, you can progress into bettering yourself. And like, it's always like really toxic Yas Queen accounts that are like, understanding yourself is the first key to growing past toxicity. And it's like, but you're the most toxic person I know. But I was going, because I like to follow a lot of train wrecks. And one of their things said, if you're like, it's like if you notice cringe a lot, cringe is just like your own insecurities or some other shit. And I thought about it for a minute and I realized, like, look, man, there is real cringe. And I do follow some people that I cringe at. I forgot to show you that one thing the other day, Aaron. And there's this other, like, there's like some cringe accounts that are like, they're not cringe accounts, just people I know. And like, I don't mean to judge, but I do. I do judge. I talk shit. Let's go. It's okay. But like, it's just people living their best, I guess, like I guess he's
Isn't
just
it
like,
so cringe, Aaron, that he's like talking shit earlier about people like not saying words right, and now he's like
no, that's
social
different.
justice warrioring us and telling us
No,
we shouldn't be making fun of people?
no, that's different because this guy's walking around because Vincent Genito is walking around calling himself a
I'm
Street
just
Fighter
giving you shit,
expert.
dude.
No, I understand. I'm just saying he's walking around calling himself a Street Fighter expert, and then he's saying Shadulu. Get the fuck out of here! I'm calling you out because you're doing your job wrong.
So
He's
cringe.
out here saying that Kimberly's probably Sean's sister when one of the most popular characters in Street Fighter V is Sean's sister, and that's why she was such a big deal. Anyways, but I don't know. I did realize that I saw last night. There's a post on Reddit on like our cringe or something, and somebody was trying to make fun of this kid, and it's like I don't know, it's like a 12, 13-year-old kid, and he's like, 2019 was a really great year for me. I started, and it's like it was, I forgot what they were, but it was like, I started, I finally pre-ordered the Thanos Gauntlet, started watching anime, but mostly I became a TikToker. And it's really cringy, right? But everybody in the comments was like, hey man, that kid's just stoked about life right now. Like, sure, what he's doing is cringy and shit, but like, he's just
Yeah, he's just happy.
he's just happy. So like, I do get mad at the God, it is different when it's like, I've been a fan of the Joker for over 15 years now, and you think like, wow, that's a long time, and you realize, oh, it's Heath Ledger's Joker. Like, and for guys like us who grew up on the real, especially if you've read a few, you don't have to read, you don't, like, I haven't
There's
even
some key ones. If you've read them, you just know.
and especially if you read them and you've had time to think about stuff, like, it's very easy to become elitist about shit like that. Like, when I read through all of like Nightfall, just part one, there's like fucking 3 parts of it, but like the first 22 issues of Nightfall, like, I felt like I'm in this little club, because when I talk to people who are like, oh, I love Bane, and yeah, when he breaks the bat's back, and I'll be like, you ever read Nightfall though? And most 90% of the time, people are like, oh no, I've actually never read it. Like, I read it like twice and I love it. It's fucking great. And like, it makes me feel like a little bit, not above them, but I feel like a little bit like, yeah, like I know something they don't know, or like I have this tie to that story because it's really awesome. So I do get annoyed when I see these, the chick with the fucking I love Harley Quinn and I put the hot and psychotic. Like, hey, look, that's not, you shouldn't be glorifying your fucking mental, like you're probably abusing people in your life. It's not a fun thing to be happy about. But then again, you can't shame them. I don't know, man. Anyways, fuck it, they cringe. Fuck it. Fuck being a better person. Yeah.
No, some stuff is cringe, but like I do recognize what you're saying, and that's what I was trying to say about Obi-Wan, and about I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that not everything's for me, right? Like, not everything is.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily the audience for the. I want to be. I'm the main character in my story, so everything should be in my head for me. But shit ain't all about me. And if that kid's happy that he fucking started watching anime in 2019 and became a TikToker, then fucking good for him. I don't have TikTok. I'm elderly, so I get my TikToks on Instagram.
By proxy, you do.
Yeah, I get mine on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like that one
Aaron's
that I said.
TikTok is the Instagram Shorts, though.
Did you see? Did you see the one I sent you on Instagram, Jesse? The guy being like, it's a dude, and he's like, someone asked me, "Do you support?" And it said LGBT Q, and he said, "Little ghetto bitches that queef." He said, "Hell yeah, bro! That shit farts. I'm gonna fart too." And it's just great because like there's a bunch of those, and it's it's fucking obviously that one's probably fake, but like there's one where there's a guy that just got out of prison and he's like made a TikTok, and he's like he's in the car with like I guess his girlfriend, and someone asked him like, "Hey, do you support LGBTQ?" And he goes, he's reading, and he goes, "Do you support like a bit like a good?" He tries to say it. And his girlfriend's driving, and she's like, "What the fuck did did you just say? But little ghetto bitches that weep.
I'm down.
That's what he says. Hell yeah, I'm down. That shit farts. I'm gonna fart too. Oh god.
I put a funny meme in the Discord. In the Discord, it's a fucking Final Fantasy X meme. I've been laughing at it really hard. I don't know why. It's fucking Waka.
Let's see.
And it's just like a little kid, and it says, "Daddy, I got the blood transfusion I needed." And the next one is Waka pulling the cord out, and it says, "Machina is forbidden." Fucking Waka. Anyways, back to the news. So, I forgot to say earlier, I did sign up for the Exoprimal, the Capcom mech suit dinosaur fighting game. I signed up for the beta, so we're gonna see if I qualify for it. So we'll see if I get randomly selected. You have to do it through Steam though, so we'll see. Maybe I'll do it on my laptop. If not, maybe I'll. Well, no, you can't give the code away. It's through your Steam account. They make you link your Steam account. So we'll see. Also, I was watching earlier while you guys were talking about the shows. They did release like 15 minutes of just straight raw gameplay. It looks cool. The mech suits look really neat, but yeah, it's an online horde game, dude. It's just dinosaurs literally spilling out of weird portals in the sky, and then it's just raptors doing everywhere. That's all it is. It's just mobs of raptors just like doing into each other, and then just killing them. And then every now and then, like a Triceratops or a big T-Rex will come out, and the mechs look really cool, but it just looks like a big sloppy mess. But I'll probably play it. Then we did get some. So we got some more Street Fighter 6 stuff. Stuff just keeps trickling out. They did say they're going to go silent now, though, so we're going to get one more announcement this year. I'm pretty sure it will be at the end of EVO, so at the end of August. Closing out EVO, we will probably get another Street Fighter 6 update. But in the meantime, so we've got some good news. We're going to get rollback netcode, which is fucking great. Rollback netcode is a type of netcode for fighting games. It's hard to describe it, so I'm not going to describe it. Street Fighter 5 has rollback, but they're not going to use the rollback from 5. They're going to make a whole new one for it. So that would be very, very good. Also, it's going to be cross-platform and cross-play. So that's fucking great. That means that is super duper great. Hopefully the cross-play thing is stays good. Hopefully they do it. Hopefully Sony's like, hey man, we had you last time completely, so this time we'll open up, because that's going to be so beneficial for everybody. If
we've seen Sony's opening all their games up. Returnal's coming to PC, as you said today. Everything's coming to PC, and it seems like it's moving around. So it seems like they realized who knows? I shouldn't impart nice emotions on corporations, you know what I mean? But
but we'll see. Hopefully, so the cross-play thing is really exciting. Maximilian dude does have like a fucking long ass video of just straight 4K 60 captured footage of him playing with one of the game directors. It's pretty great. You can see how the game is. I'm not going to get into it because there's videos out there you can watch of the gameplay, but it's wild how great the game looks and how it plays. It's really neat. There's a lot of really cool, interesting things going on. Looks like there's going to be real-time damage. There's been some screenshots found of at the end of the match when it zooms in on the character posing, and Guile's got like cuts on his face and a black eye. So it looks like you're going to be able to get real-time damage on the characters during the matches. I don't know how I feel about that. Sometimes if you overdo it, it can look kind of stupid. But it's actually neat, and it's a throwback to old school Street Fighter shit when you would finish the round, you'd have your victory pose, you'd have your victory headshot, and you'd have your defeat headshot. So that's kind of cool. We're also getting world tour mode. So some of the developers have come out and said they don't want to say too much, but it's not just Metro City we're going to be able to run around. One of them said, "Hey, it's called World Tour Mode for a reason." So it's not saying that we're going to go to Japan and China and America and the UK and Brazil, and we're probably not going to get everything, but we're going to get at least a few. So we're probably going to get Metro City. We'll probably get Japan. We'll probably get the UK. Who knows? I hope there's a lot of it. They're still trying to figure out how much single player stuff to include, but they did say that in your travels you will meet like Ryu and Chun-Li, and you'll meet characters from the universe, and you'll get to know more about their stories and stuff. So that's really great. That means they're putting some single player content into the game. So I am super excited about that. So fuck yeah. And I think, oh yeah, the other thing was Todd Howard confirms Fallout 5, but he says it will come after Elder Scrolls 6. So like that means we got to wait for Starfield, wait for Elder Scrolls 6, and then we'll get Fallout 5.
Yeah, they did this with Fallout 4. They announced it, and it was like 7 years before we got it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 7 years.
Sure, but I'm just happy they finally like confirmed it. Like I needed to hear that it was gonna happen because they had put so much effort into Fallout 76. I was like very concerned we weren't gonna get a single player game back. And
no way. You really think they would never make another Fallout? Of course they would.
You didn't know that was gonna be a single player game?
Oh, I figured for sure 100% because 76 failed so much, but it was just like.
But has it?
I don't know,
because I think it's still continually rolling decent.
Oh, they kind of fixed it, but when it came out, it did so poorly. They had to revamp the whole shit.
I played it last year or whenever I tried to play it, and it was fucking broken as shit.
They fixed it though, I think.
It's not. The problem with the game was it was just like they put limits on things because they had like no choice, I think, at the beginning. That kind of made the game almost unbearable. Like I played beta, I played day one. We started in beta with 200 like stash space. Like you can't do anything with that, especially in where they add like the building element. They didn't have any NPCs. The story like was long enough, but it wasn't great. The big thing that kind of hurt that game was how easily people got into duping early, and it just killed like the market for being the multiplayer stuff about it. Kind of just like it just killed the market of like being able to do trading or having rarity of weapons be a cool thing.
Yeah. So everybody pretty much cheated.
Well, it just got flooded. Like everybody could get a laser that was explosive, and it's when everybody has like these weapons that can be built into that you just do incredible damage with. It just becomes pointless. They kind of messed around with the PvP / not PvP elements a little too much. I mean, honestly, like the world was really cool. The story stuff was dry just because they didn't have NPCs really. But they've continued to add stuff, and the building was good. It's just not what they originally kind of advertised. We kind of thought we would be able to build like camps together with our friends, and we would all be able to like always come to our camp, and there's very limited on how close you could be to each other, and it kind of ruined that part. I don't know. It was fun. I played the shit out of it for a long time and had a lot of fun with friends. Being able to explore together was a lot of fun. But it just didn't have the Fallout feel, I don't think, because it wasn't as like ruined there in West Virginia as like, the capital city and New Vegas and all that stuff was. And for me, it just didn't have like the Fallout feel, and it didn't have a story really that was good. And
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, and they never said. Well, I guess Todd Howard says whatever he wants to say, but I don't think anyone thought this is the next Fallout game. Like, it was
Yeah.
Todd
basically
Howard, as some
Fallout.
people call him.
Yeah, it was basically just Fallout with friends. But I don't know
Yeah.
that. I think if Fallout had like a straight 2 to 3 player co-op, it'd be a lot better than doing like a big world, right? Like me, you, and Jesse could go in and just walk around the world and shoot fucking shit. But even then, it probably wouldn't be as good, right? Because we would just mob everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that potential. I guess. I mean, they did open up private servers at one point. I don't know if they're still available. But it was like a thing you had to pay for their like Fallout First, I think is what they called it or something. Plan, and you got like you had the ability to have your own private server to where only your friends could get in, which was cool, but you're still limited on what you can do because you do need help with some stuff. I don't know. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't. It didn't have the Fallout feel to me.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't feel like 3 New Vegas or even 4 for that matter. I for me personally, like the games have continually gotten away from what I liked about like 3's my favorite, just so everybody's aware. New Vegas is great. I know that's a lot of people's favorite, and I know a lot of people came in on Fallout 4. For me, Fallout 4 was fine, but it's becoming clouded with all these little things like building and having 15 different factions. And it just, I like the simplicity of 3 and it being about the exploration, the survival, and there's still just like the one story. There's a good side, there's a bad side. Like, I like it being more about you having your own story wandering around in the wasteland, not about, well, I need to go talk to this faction to get them to side with me for when we go take out this group. And I need to get this faction, otherwise they'll attack. Like, I just want to explore.
Yeah,
I want to find cool things, and I want the main story to stay a main story and not have all this bullshit side stuff of like, I liberated this town, now I got to go save it every 5 minutes because they can't protect themselves.
Yeah, that was annoying in 4. And in New Vegas, there was too many factions, which I didn't love.
Yeah, it was a lot less. I think it was what, 4, and I don't even know that you had to do anything with any of them really, but I don't know. I Vegas was good. I just liked the Wasteland map more. I liked the capital city feel better.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I beat it. I don't really remember. And I try to go back all the time. Like, I think, I should play through New Vegas. And then I go like, I think I did this.
And then the DLC they did for 3 was just like incredible. So it just nailed it with that one.
Yeah,
I love it.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
I think that's it for the
I'm super excited for it. Fallout 5 is something I'm very much so looking forward to. I've been considering getting Fallout 4 on Steam just so I could do like the Fallout Miami that a mod person made and the Fallout London that somebody dropped a trailer for, stuff like that.
I saw the London thing and it looks crazy. I definitely That's what I'm saying. Bethesda games are always okay, and then mods make way better versions. Like, there are award-winning Skyrim mods, like full games that have won awards that someone made in Skyrim. That's like, I was playing one. I was playing Enderall, and that game's like award-winning, and it was fucking great. So,
hell yeah, man.
Word. I think there's 2 more. Gotham Knights is 4 characters, but it's only going to be 2 players at a time. That's a bit of a bummer. No couch co-op. And also no cross play, which
this
we didn't
game.
expect.
The more I hear about this game and the more I see, the less I give a shit about it. I love Batman stuff, and I was super stoked about this, but for what they kind of advertised, it's completely not what it's going to be, and the gameplay looked bad.
Yeah, man, it really is starting to look a little dire for what we're going to get. I'm still going to buy it, obviously, but man, I think if we're unfortunate, we might be getting another kind of clunky dud. We're still going to play it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to play it regardless. I'm going to buy the all the DLC. I'm gonna buy it because I like the way customizing your character looks. The suits look really cool. Hopefully, there's enough stuff to really customize, and there's not just like
But
5
doesn't
suits.
if that's what they're listen, when all the other Batman games came out, they didn't do any of that shit. They didn't talk about that shit. Was
Yeah,
it
you're
available? Yes. But they're literally like, oh, you get to play with this skin and this skin. It's like, yeah, but what about the game?
Yeah.
Is it so
It's
bad
like-
all you can talk about is the skins?
The skins that you're gonna sell us, they're gonna nickel and dime us for.
Right.
And I did watch the gameplay again, and it did look pretty cool fighting the big owl guy underground. Like that was cool. I'm like, all right, that one-on-one fight's pretty nice.
Oh, Talon.
Yeah, but I mean, the more that we get, man, and fucking Red Hood hopping around on that weird jump box in the air when he's just making astral, like, man, that shit was so whack. Somebody must have thought they were so smart when they're like, man, how are we gonna get Red
I hate
Hood?
that. I hate
Yeah.
that.
How are we gonna get Red Hood to travel like everyone? How about we just make him double jump in the air? What do you mean, like,
Dude, Nightwing has a stinking Fortnite glider.
yeah,
That's
straight
so
up. Fortnite.
Yeah,
lame.
it's lame.
Why are they not just like maybe even just give him like wingsuit things under his arms or something stupid like that instead?
I don't know,
Anything. Not a Fortnite
Yeah.
glider.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like
I don't know. dog.
anything.
And then what? They had a little outfit in his character trailer where he had like a little lame ponytail too. Like, what is that?
No, he had a samurai
Anakin
ponytail. Yeah, he had a little samurai ponytail. But I mean,
It looks horrible. I have zero interest.
I
lost
have
all
I have
interest.
I have a lot of interest because I don't know, man. But Rocksteady ain't making it, so it's like
Right.
is it-
Right.
that's really like when you really play those Rocksteady games, you see how much character and bat soul is in there. And even though like, oh, Origin is pretty awesome and the 7 enemies are really cool, the 7 assassins are really awesome, when you go back, that game doesn't really have like that kind of like, you're gonna get those really good Easter eggs and that really good those
Right.
really cool side stories. That's what I was hoping for. Is like, I don't know, man.
Listen,
I don't know, dog.
the only thing I think that at this point, unless you personally give it like this incredible review, at this point, if I don't hear that the story has something to do with the last game or continuation off of the last game and may continue the story, if that happens at all, I will play it just to continue the story and know where it's going. Other than that, I don't know that I'm going to play it anymore. It's
No
just not
way.
selling
You
me,
have
dude.
to.
Yeah,
I
You're
don't
really
want to
gonna
pay
not
full
play?
price for that shit.
it don't even have
Why?
Batman
Who
in it. He don't have to
cares?
play it. If it was a Batman game, sure.
Dude, for sure, 100%.
Batman's not in
Batman's
it.
going- Yes, he will be.
Nah,
He's
no,
not.
you don't know that.
I promise you.
he's dead. I'm
There's-
telling you, they're
He's not-
intimating that he's dead.
Listen, they did the Nightfall shit. He's still alive.
Oh.
He's for sure.
They just made Azrael Batman to cover up that he's still alive. Come on, we know.
Also, he's going to be in the game. There's no way they're going to put a Batman game out and not have Batman.
That's what I'm saying. Is if he shows up at the end of the story or whatever, and it
then
has
it
something to
becomes
do with
unlockable.
actually like the Gotham series, sure, I will probably play it. But if it's literally just Batman Fortnite multiplayer game, then no. And it's not even a good multiplayer game. They have 4 characters and only 2 people can play, and you can't have crossplay. Like, get out of here. This is
Yeah.
2022, where like we have a million MMOs you can play with everybody in the world, and you mean to tell me you put 4 players in a game and you can't actually have 4 players play them, or 4 characters play 4? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah, it's pretty bummer.
And the Fortnite glider, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We're still gonna wait on that. And then what we knew was gonna happen is happening. Xbox Game Pass is coming to TVs, no console required. I believe they're Samsungs, right?
Yeah, they're
Samsung
starting.
TVs already
Yep.
have them on them, right? Yeah.
Well, it'll
So
be
that's
the
pretty cool.
2022 Samsung TVs will have coming in end of June or July. You will be able to download a Game Pass app and Bluetooth connect a controller. And if you have a Game Pass subscription or you want to get one without a console, you can play Game Pass on your TV, which is incredible and
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
crazy. They
That's
have
wild.
basically said, okay, Sony, like the console war is yours, but we're gonna spread to everything.
I wonder how well it's gonna all work out.
I don't think anybody's really going to use it all that much. I think it's just like a flashy feature that's available that sure maybe random people around the world will do just because they can, but I don't think it's going to be like this major selling point or anything. I don't think it'll barely ever be used.
Yeah.
But
I think it'll
it's
be
there.
I think it'll be on everything eventually, and I think it'll be good for indie games and stuff. I don't think because you have to stream these games,
Right.
so it's not like you're going to, be doing that with like 100 and something gig games and shit like that. It's gonna be a bitch. Until you never know. Internet's gonna keep getting better. Eventually, everyone's gonna have fiber style internet power in a few
Right.
years, more power.
Well, the thing with Game Pass is they really do like hyper focus on a lot of indie games. So I think there's going to be like, for instance, like Skull, the Hero Slayer thing. Like that would be a good. I'm going to pull open my Game Pass app and play this on my TV.
Yeah. That would be good for like Nintendo to get in, because if you had something like Nintendo, like Super Mario Brothers 3 and shit like that, that would be stuff where I think twice or maybe 5 times as many people would use it, because everyone knows Mario and shit like that. And
Mario.
But what the fuck is someone going to say, like, oh, let's play Skull the Hero Slayer? Like, no, it's not going to happen. And then I saw you put this under Bandai tweets a hint at something coming this Friday. That's super exciting. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I did. So I just saw this. So Bandai Namco tweeted, "Praise the sun," and then said, "If you all think this is hot, wait till Friday."
We get a DLC drop?
That's the question of the hour, because they said
We're
praise the
definitely
sun.
getting it, aren't we?
Now, is it DLC, or do you think they're doing like a Dark Souls 4 reveal? Because they said praise the sun.
Never.
They said praise the sun.
If they're saying praise the sun,
that's just a soul thing now. No, but that's just a Souls thing to say, right?
I don't know. That's a Dark Souls thing.
I know, but like anybody that's a fan of Souls will say praise the sun. Like it's just a thing.
But no,
you think they're being specific?
Yes, because they're not going to say praise the sun. They would have said something like tune in, fellow tarnished. They're not going to say praise the sun.
I still think it's DLC for Elden Ring.
I don't.
We'll see.
Because it's the same. It's not FromSoft. It's Namco.
You really think Dark Souls 4?
No, not at all. Not. Fuck no, dude. And that's not even me being like, "Oh, I hope so." Like, no, not a chance in fucking hell. It's Dark Souls 4, dude.
Then what? What are you?
I have no idea. It's merch, some kind of
no. Come on, bro. There's no way they put that shit on Twitter like that. That's super aggressive. There's no way it's like, hey, we're dropping a Praise the Sun tee this week.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know.
They would not.
Okay,
I'm looking to see if this is real, because I got that off Reddit. So let me see.
Oh shit, man! Don't get us all hyped.
I know. Well, because I was like, I wonder if they've said anything else. And I was like, I should probably.
I don't see it. I see Gundam Evolution. I see Klonoa 2. Hey, Klonoa 2. Pirates. I don't know. I
may have lied.
Okay, it's all right.
Well, I saw it on. It was on like r/Elden Ring, so I was like, oh shit,
Oh, Those losers. No, good, dude. Because I mean, I was thinking it would be Tekken 8, but Tekken 8, we're still waiting on that.
All right. Also, we do need to take a moment of silence. Today we did say farewell to Internet Explorer.
I said
it's gone
I said
forever?
farewell to Internet Explorer 20 years ago.
I think it's only what is it, 25 years old? It said
Yeah,
26, something like
once
that.
Firefox came out, I was like, "See ya," and then from there, I never went back.
Yeah, today was the last day that they will be doing anything with Internet Explorer.
So you can't use it
say your
anymore,
farewell.
nothing?
I mean, I think they just said something about not doing any servicing or anything with it. So, I mean, it might be the Wild West. I don't know.
I'm trying to find the Reddit post to see if other people called it out on that.
Oh,
Yeah,
The Praise the Sun thing?
yeah.
Why would it be a Tekken drop? You don't say Praise the Sun for Tekken.
No, I didn't know that it said, before I saw it said Praise the
Oh.
Sun. I was thinking like, ooh, they tweeted something. Hopefully it's
Yeah.
Tekken. It's Can.
So let's see. It's Bandai Namco UK.
Oh, so they did do it?
Hold on, let me find it. So I'm on Bandai Namco US. So let's see what UK says. PlayStation's PSN sale. Yeah, they did. They said praise the sun. If you think this is hot, if you all think this is hot, wait till Friday. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Wait. No.
And they did talk about Tekken on the 14th. They said, prepare yourself. The Tekken World Tour is back and registration is now open starting today. Whatever. That was Bandai Namco.
Yeah, the Tekken World Tour, which means that's what it is. We're not going to get Tekken 8 announcement until the Tekken World Tour. Tekken World Tour is. No, I didn't think the Tekken thing would have been tied to Praise the Sun. I was thinking a Tekken announcement before I knew it said Praise the Sun. But I don't know, man. I still say no chance in hell. It's Dark Souls 4.
No, it'll be DLC for Elden Ring, I'm sure. They're going to announce it. They usually wait a bit, but I guess it's been 4 months, right? That came out in February?
Yeah.
25th, so almost 4 months. Seems...
I'm hoping it's Bloodborne's coming to PC.
Dude, that would be fucking awesome.
But they wouldn't say Praise the Sun. They would say, like,
I know.
Beware the old hard drive.
I'm just looking at all the replies and it's really good. One is just I'm gonna put one in the chat. It's so stupid, but it's look at how stupid it is. I put it this way, it's just Sekiro smiling, but it looks so funny. That's what somebody
all right, let's get to this Summer Games Fest. We have a lot to get through.
Yeah, so I watched all the trailers that sounded good to me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of shit I don't care about, but I'll just go. You posted that IGN list, so we can just go down.
Yeah, just scroll through it and let's, if anybody has anything to say about certain things, say whatever.
So we got The Last of Us remake officially revealed, arriving in September for PS5, PC version on the way. I'm happy for a PC version for James.
Yeah, that's very big
because it's great. I mean, it is a great game. If you like when you finish God of War, if you really enjoy that heavy of a story, like that deep of a story game, The Last of Us 1 is gonna fucking blow your mind. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna play the remake because I never played the first one all the way through, so I'll play the remake, and it does look pretty good. I was thinking it looked the same, but I saw some other comparison videos, and it looks really well.
Did you see?
I didn't know there was a Last of Us multiplayer game coming.
Yeah, that's
Well, the first game had a multiplayer called Factions, and it was pretty cool. And for the second one, they wanted to make another multiplayer game for it, but they didn't because they realized they wanted to make it like a full-on, its own game. So they're gonna drop like a full-on multiplayer game for it.
Yeah, because the first one had the multiplayer and it was okay, but I'd love like an actual survival game in this world, right? Like
That'd be cool.
Like not necessarily full-blown survival base building, but like base establishment. See how long you and your friends can survive in the fucking Last of Us, basically.
Yeah.
Did you see the screenshots from the TV show?
I saw some.
I saw
Yeah.
one.
I think it looks like shit.
I
The
think
little
I
girl that was
kind of
from Game of
yeah.
Thrones does not look the part for me. Like and again, I'm being an old grumpy dude, so whatever, but it just doesn't look like her to me. I just
Yeah.
can't do it, so
Yeah.
I
but
don't know. Well, I'll see.
I'll watch it because I mean if they're true to the story, I think it's gonna be great.
We got some more Street Fighter. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I've already talked about that.
They did drop a new Aliens game, Dark Descent. How do you
I'll
feel,
play it.
Jesse? Yeah.
It's a fucking top down twin stick shooter, but they've done so many. What I do like about them is they will try different types of games. So we've gotten like first person survival horror, we've got first person shooters, we've got Alien Fireteam Elite. Oh, which I forgot to say, they did finally announce an actual expansion with new monsters, new campaign content. So that's cool. I forgot what it was called. It looks more of the same, but I'll be there. You know, it better come with my edition that I got. Like, I got the
Right.
fucking $90 edition of the game. It better come with that. If not, I'll buy it anyways, just to support. But anyways, the Dark Descent thing, it looks cool. I'll be there for it. It makes sense. Alien games are like horde games, so it makes sense for it to be a game like Dead Nation or Alienation, you know. So we'll see. I'll be there for it. I'll play it.
Yeah. We got a longer look at the Callisto Protocol game. I did watch that stuff, and the game
Yeah.
looks great.
It looks
Looks super
beautiful.
cool.
I'm just not
Yeah.
interested. I don't know. I don't have.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think it's something that I would necessarily want to play, but I think it looks good. Like
Yes.
the graphics
Yeah.
and the everything looks great.
Yeah, it looks amazing. But
Yeah, it looks awesome. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna be there day one full price for it.
yeah.
Right. We got a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 gameplay demo. I mean, unfortunately, I'm probably the only one that really dipped into Call of Duty more recently, and I'm out on them. Like, that company can suck all the bag of dicks. Like, they just shit on anybody that's. If you're still like hardcore Call of Duty, like, good for you for like hanging with them, but they've literally just like spit on every fan and like done nothing but these like promises that they never actually deliver and just shit on everybody. Don't take care of the games they're releasing, and then they release like they come together and they put out Vanguard and it's a big stinky turd that nobody likes, and then they're like, I don't know, let's put out another game next year, and it's going to be more of the same bullshit. It's going to be unstable. It's going to have a bunch of cheaters. It's going to, sure, the story they usually put out is great. Like, I played Modern Warfare, the newer one story. I played the old ones too. The stories are great. They are great, but that's, 5.5 hours. Like, you're done. Like, it's over quick.
Yeah.
And what the real sell is the multiplayer and the battle royale now, and they're not going to take care of it. They don't give a shit about their fans. They're going to promise new maps and new stuff, and they're going to keep waiting and waiting and waiting to actually deliver. So I'm out, if you can't tell. If anybody still supports them, like, good for you, like, go for it. What you like, but I just can't do it no more. I'm so sick of like just getting shit on by that company. I just can't play that game anymore. Can't do it. This will be the first one I haven't played, and I couldn't even tell you.
It's also so dumb that they were just like Modern Warfare again and Modern Warfare 2 again now. Like,
right.
It's so dumb. And I didn't even watch the video for it. I was just like, meh. I don't. It's.
You can tell it's the old engine stuff. Like, they're wearing out. Like, I watched Dr. Disrespect, like, watching it again, and he would just like, as somebody who literally developed maps for Call of Duty in the past, and he's got his own gaming company now that he's like working on his own, shooters and stuff. Like, He just points out like how dated it is getting, and that they're trying to like push this engine, and it's just doesn't look that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think they give a shit about their fans. I know there's going to be the people that are going to buy in no matter what. So
Yeah.
it's
So-
unfortunate, but
We also got the Midnight Suns trailer, the Marvel game. They revealed Spider-Man, and we got a release date, which is October 7th. I did not realize it was XCOM style because I only saw the trailer, which was purely cinematic, and I was like, it seemed dumb, like I was just like, whatever. At least Spider-Man was acted well, and like did Spider-Man stuff, so it was whatever. But
yeah.
after watching the gameplay, I think it looks fun. I'm definitely gonna try it out because I've never played the Ultimate Alliance games, but I feel like this is kind of in that vein, right? Like a XCOM-y RPG. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It
I'll
looked
play
like
it.
it has
I'll
like a
be bad at
card.
it.
Looks like it has a card game style combat system in some way. Like their cards, your attacks are on cards. I don't know, but we shall see. We got the Nightwing gameplay trailer, which we already talked about how stupid it looks. It just looks so bad.
It does.
Oof.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna play all of it. I'm gonna
No,
play
you
the
ain't.
entire game.
No, you ain't. You already know you ain't. You don't finish games.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Get
Shit
outta
like-
here.
shit,
I
shit
bet
like
you
that
a
I do.
nerd's mug you won't finish that game. No.
Yeah.
No, shit like that I do. Batman games, I've beat every Batman game multiple times. Those games are easy for me to beat. It's games that I eventually don't care about that I don't beat.
Did you play Gotham? What was that fucking
Beat all of
game
them.
where did you play the one where you were like a criminal in Gotham and you had to fight other criminals? Do you remember that game? Oh my
What
god.
system was it on?
It was like Gotham City something.
Did you play
Oh,
Batman
yeah, I
and
did.
Robin?
Yeah, I fucking did. I played that online. Gotham City. Oh man, it was a multiplayer shooter where you picked a gang, and dude, Gotham City. Somethings. I don't know. You guys are in
Yes, it
front of
was like
computers.
Gotham City Hoodlums or something like that.
Yeah, it was cool. That game was pretty neat. You could pick like a Joker gang or some shit, or like you could
I
pick
don't
like
know.
a Batman gang.
I'm dubious because lately on streams you've quit a game pretty much every time you start.
Yeah.
It's because I'm always starting new shit. But games, the types of games that I'll finish them. Like a Batman game, I'll finish that shit. I don't know, man. It's just I've been starting a lot of shit, and I've been starting a lot of like really giant games. Like I'm going to finish Horizon, and just I don't feel like only playing Horizon for 2 months. Like a lot of times when I get those big ass games, like the Uncharted games, I just beat 4 Uncharted games back to back.
That's true.
Like,
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Y'all really on some bullshit lately. Y'all motherfuckers need to put some respect on my name.
I don't know. I'm just saying I watch your streams and you'll literally quit a game midstream.
Yeah.
Like you will very
I'm not
literally
having
be like,
fun,
I'm never playing this again and turn it off and then come back and play something else.
If I'm playing a game and I'm not having fun anymore, I'm not going to force myself all the way through it.
And you think you're gonna have enough fun in fucking Gotham Knights that it's gonna that's what I'm saying.
It's a Batman game. I will 100% play the entire thing.
Now you're going to just out of
Yeah,
you're
out of
gonna
spite.
do it to grudge fuck me, but
Which is also
No,
why Pencil
that's
Burn
not-
and my bet does not count anymore.
No,
because
that's
he
not.
said it to you.
what
No,
was the
dude.
bet?
I bet that
He bet that I
Jesse
won't
wasn't
finish
gonna
Resident Evil.
finish. Yeah, I said he wouldn't finish Resident Evil 3.
No,
That
you know
game's
what?
like
I will
6
say
hours long, bro.
I will say there's certain things like I would assume because you beat Resident Evil 8. Like you're
Bro, he was not digging
Oh,
it though.
well,
You
I-
could see it on stream.
see, I had it on mute. I had it on like low because I was playing EverQuest. So I just had it up on my phone and on the thing. Okay, that makes it. Because I was gonna say like, you are correct, Jesse. If it's a series you like or a game you like, you're gonna beat it. I just didn't think you would like. I just assumed like you're gonna play this and it's not gonna be good. That was where I was.
Batman,
coming
dude.
from.
It's a Batman game. First off, it's going to be easy.
Yeah,
It's not going to be a hard game. It's going to be easy to get through it. So I'm going to be able to beat it. I'm going to want to know what happens. If I want to know what happens at the end of a game, I'm going to beat it and find out. Like I wanted to see how Uncharted ends, so I beat it. I was so sick and fucking tired of Uncharted
Yeah.
by the end of Uncharted 2.
yeah.
And I had to play 2 more even bigger, longer games, but I wanted to know what happened in the story. So I beat them.
Do you
If I'm-
feel like
if I
they
check
paid
out-
off? Did they pay off for
Say
you
again?
or no?
No, I mean they're just generic action movie games. It wasn't like Last of Us or God of War where like I didn't even beat Last of Us 1, but like it wasn't like God of War where like wow, that game had a great ending and a good story. The Uncharted games were just like watching popcorn action movies.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah,
like, "Oh, wow, that was fun," and the next day you don't remember shit.
I played
You know?
through 2 because my buddy Ian wanted to play it, but he can't play those type of games with a controller-based camera. So he
Mhm.
watched me play it, and he was like, "This is fucking great," because it's like a pretty short game, and it's just it's a action
Yeah,
movie
they're fun
story.
to watch.
But I was like, I don't really like you said, I didn't really care. I was like, it's just Indiana Jones, basically modern day.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we also got moving on. Sorry, we also got Shredder's Revenge. Casey Jones reveal that it's 6-player co-op, and it's coming out tomorrow, June 16th.
Yeah, they hadn't said the release date, and then all of a sudden they dropped like, oh, it's coming out next week, by the way. And it's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of people thought it was going to come out next year, so that's pretty awesome. It'll be
I'm
out tomorrow.
super excited for it.
Guys.
Also, we're going to be playing it on Game Pass. What are we playing on Game Pass PC?
Yeah,
Sure.
probably.
So it's 6 players. I'd like to try to test that out. So if there's any nerds out there who have Game Pass and want to play,
This
I
is
would like to
assuming it's
see.
not cross-platform because I haven't heard for
Oh,
sure.
that's true.
But I'm assuming since they haven't said it that it probably isn't going to be right away.
Yeah, because that's a big selling point. But yeah, I'd like to see. I mean, I'm sure we can get randoms, but you definitely don't want to trust. As long as we can leave their mics off. I want to see how it works with 6 players,
Yeah.
6 separate people all tuning into the same game, and how it handles lag and shit.
Just be warned, I called dibs on Leo, so if you want to play with us and you're dead set on Leonardo, you're just going to have to pick somebody else.
I'll be Raphael. I love Raphael. Or
Yeah,
Donatello,
Raphael's
or
awesome, but
Michelangelo.
I don't care who I play. I'll be Casey Jones.
I don't care, and I got to tell you guys, I don't care about this game. I think it looks like graphically amazing. Like I think it's like nostalgic and fun, but I don't see myself being like, "Fuck yeah, baby!" when I play it. Like I'm like, "Oh, this is fun," but like those kind of games, they hold nothing for me. It's like a platformer or like like a side-scrolling beat 'em up. Does nothing for me.
Oh my God,
like
it
it reminds me of my youth, and that's cool.
I
like,
know it's like playing on the arcade. We get to play together. Come on, man!
But like,
I don't know. See, the thing is we got that when they released Ninja Turtles, the arcade game on PS3, on PS Plus. I mean, on online. So like, I do get what you're saying because I grew up playing all the Turtles games as well. So I should be like, wah, but like I'm like, oh, cool, I guess, because I play beat 'em ups as well. So like,
Bro,
I know this game's not
the nerds are gonna play together.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
True.
But
that'll be
and
fun.
we're gonna be the Turtles,
but
and we're gonna eat pizza.
Excuse me, we're called.
And we're gonna beat up the Foot Clan. It's
the
gonna be
Nerdles.
epic.
Thank you very much. We're the
Nerdles.
Neenage Mutant Ninja
Nerdles.
Like I'll tell you,
like,
I'm looking at the delicious last course gameplay for Cuphead, and I'm like, who the fuck cares? Like,
a lot of people, but
they're
I don't.
like they're showing off the girl in action. It's like she's literally doing the same thing that the other two did. Like what's exciting about it? I mean, more Cuphead, great, right? Like more bosses and more levels, but like just the idea that they just I don't know, that there was like, oh, they're showing a new character, whoa, and I'm like, it's a girl version of a cup, like
It's because people really liked Cuphead, so I guess they're like it's another and Mughead or whatever, Mugman. I don't know, man. I didn't
excuse me,
get
sir,
into it.
it's Mugman.
God.
Oh
no.
Oh, you like that game Coophead? That's what it would be like to do, like saying Shadulu or
Shadulu, bro.
Shadulu is like saying Coophead. Cuphead?
No, that's like Babish, bro. Like the one I brought up a long time ago. Babish, the cooking show, where he used to say, "Oh, you'll need a saucepan for this," and then 200 episodes in, when he's making bank, he's like, "You'll need your finest saucepan." And it's like, dude, you used to say saucepan. Now you say Suspin.
Does that guy still make stuff?
That guy is still ranking in millions upon millions of hits for every single thing he does. It's crazy how successful a lot of people are, and no one even knows who they are. Like Babish is huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Like I was saying before, like that super famous, like not super famous, but famous sushi chef with a really good channel, millions of views, was just casually walking around my grocery store, and I was the only person who was like, "Holy shit, it's you, dude!" And he was like, "Oh yeah, it is me." I was like, "Oh fuck," but yeah, no, Babish is I brought it up before. Babish is Binging with Babish is a cool show, especially like for nerds. Like his main show, Binging with Babish, is he takes food items made from TV, movies, video games, and then he cooks them. So like, it's pretty neat. It's a cool premise for a show, and it's entertaining. But after a while, he gets annoying.
I just looked it up. Shredder's Revenge is only cross-plat for PC and Xbox.
I don't call that cross-plat.
Oh no, actually,
Xbox is Microsoft.
Yeah, it's only cross-play on Windows.
Game Pass.
So PC, right. Windows Store, Steam, and Xbox PC platforms.
And okay, cross-platform then.
And this means that anyone on PC can play with those on Xbox One or Series S or X. But
nice.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Cuphead. I mean, I'm happy for people who love Cuphead to get more Cuphead, but I just watch videos of it and I'm like, that doesn't look fun to me. Like, it looks stressful.
I've watched my friends play it. Two of my friends were like super obsessed with beating the game on like perfect star rating, which is basically you beat the game without ever taking damage. And it is just stressful. And they're like, but you love Mega Man. And like, yeah, that's not Mega Man, dude. Like,
yeah.
And also, I don't play Mega Man and like do Mega Buster only runs. Like, bitch, I look up the list of boss orders. Like, I don't torture myself. I'm straight.
Yeah.
It's
whatever. So then we got some card-based shooter, Neon White. Gets a
no idea.
June 16th release date that doesn't even sound fun.
No, it doesn't. Card-based shooter. I mean, you never know. Maybe it could be, but I didn't catch that game.
And then I see this note on IGN, developed by Donut County creator. That sounds fucking dumb too. Donut. I remember this, like the trailer originally. Yeah, you can only use certain things because you have cards. So it's like you can use a weapon if you have the card for it. I don't know. That sounds horrible to me.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's coming out tomorrow as well, the 16th. Flashback 2, the long-awaited sequel to the 1992 platformer, got announced.
That looks cool. I'll try that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's an old game. It's an old, cool platformer. Like,
yeah, there's gonna be better stuff to play.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's a bunch of stuff I don't care about. If you guys want to talk about Witchfire, got announced.
Witchfire looks cool as shit. I'm interested in playing that as long as it's not full price. It's just a first-person shooter, but with mage stuff and medieval shit. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks like
I thought it looked good.
Yeah, it looks like Doom almost, right? Like a
yeah.
It looks cool.
Well, there's another game that is Doom basically at the bottom.
Metal Hellsinger?
Yeah, that's just Doom.
So there's Metal Hellsinger, which is like it's kind of doomy, and it's got a whole bunch of like heavy metal people that are like really important. I get it. Matt Heafy's in it, and a bunch of people are in it, and it's really cool for the heavy metal community. I think it's going to be trash when it comes out. It already looks like trash to me. It looks like a PS3 shooter, and it's like
Doom.
it's like no, it's like shoot the demons to the rhythm of the music.
Yeah.
So as it's playing like metal, and all it means is just like hit the damn button, hit the shoot button in 4/4 time. But like I get it. I'll have to try it. They did say there was going to be a demo. They were like when they did the first announcement, they were like the demo's available now on PlayStation and Xbox, and I went and didn't find it, and I never went back to look for it again. So I don't know if it is up. I will try it because it's like a heavy metal community game, but it's almost like the fact that they're like, we partnered up with all these famous heavy metal singers, and we're gonna make the most metal game. It kind of makes it not metal now. Like now, it's I don't know. It's like I don't know. I have to try it though. But if it's dope and it's cool and it's metal as fuck and it plays well, for
You
sure.
probably have to go to their website to get a code to do the demo.
Oh, maybe that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's how I got that's how you get all the early access stuff is by going to the website and signing up for it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had to do for the Exo Primal. I had to make like an official Capcom login, and then they had to tie that to my Steam account. And they said if you're selected, we will forward you the code to your Steam account. But yeah, I'll try it, Metal Hellsinger. But that Witchfire game looks
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
it's
so.
cool.
Then there's that Warhammer 40K Dark Tide that got a trailer as well. Kind of looks doomy as well. It's a first-person shooter type game within Warhammer 40K.
Yeah,
So I thought it was gonna be like the Warhammer fantasy game that's like Left 4 Dead, but you're in Warhammer. I forget what it's called. But no, it looks like just like a straight up action shooter.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there was the Necromunda Gun for Hire or whatever, which looked like a Warhammer first-person shooter, but also looked really bad.
Yeah.
But that's already out, is what I'm saying. But like,
yeah.
So I don't know if I trust this other one. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a One Piece game trailer that got out. One Piece Odyssey. There's a live action show coming to Netflix, and then apparently a game. And I think this is a JRPG. I know there's a JRPG for One Piece coming out that's turn based, whatever. But this was just cinematic.
Okay.
Hoyoverse, who made Genshin Impact, they're making a new game called Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless 00. There's 2 games, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. Genshin Impact was such a trash game that it makes me mad. So it's another like fucking pay to win shit loot box game. Fuck everyone who plays those games. We did get a Nightingale trailer. Did you see that, James? I think we're gonna be playing that for sure.
Yeah. I've watched that one before though, I think. And it looks good.
Yeah.
It's like a fantasy survival game, so.
Yeah, I do get annoyed seeing the same shit in every game, right? Like go chop trees,
it's just like
go hit rocks.
the forest
Yeah.
and all that shit, and it's.
But the enemies looked cool. Like getting to build stuff to then go fight big fantasy shit. Okay, that sounds fun.
Right.
They did not give any news about like when it comes out or anything. It's just a trailer. Yeah, let's see what else. Some Metal Hellsinger we already talked about. Rhythm-based shooter from dudes that play music. There's a new open world expansion coming to Warframe called the Duviri Paradox. I played Warframe once or twice, and when they did the open world, it was okay, but it's not for me. It's basically Destiny, but you're a robot and you don't get cool stuff, and it's really expensive to get any of the actual cool stuff that's in the game. So that was like the baseline Summer Games Fest stuff. And now I guess we'll go into the Xbox and Bethesda.
Yeah.
Showcase. So there's some big stuff.
Just note, I want to say first, there's a note to this. They only shared stuff that's going to be coming in the next 12 months. They didn't share anything else except for the next 12 months. And they also, I would like to point out, every single trailer had gameplay footage.
Yeah, which is
a must. Like, why are these people not getting that? We need this.
Yeah, cinematic trailers are dumb as fuck. Like, because they literally tell you and show you nothing.
Right.
It's just like, okay, when they did the Wolverine, the Marvel Wolverine game trailer, knowing that it's the Spider-Man studio and knowing that it's going to be Wolverine, okay, all they needed to do was show us, like, a quick thing. Yeah, I would have loved to see the game in action, right? But, like, in that case, like, when a Souls game gets announced or, like, a new From game, they can just show a cinematic trailer because we can kind of understand most of, it kind of builds anticipation. But a lot of this stuff is, you need this. You need the trailers. So the gameplay trailers. So we got some Silk Song Hollow Knight trailer. Again, that's going to be, I think, good. And it's going to be announced that it's going to be a Game Pass day one release. Which is
I think
cool.
almost everything on here was a Game Pass.
Yeah,
game, actually.
Yeah, let's see. The trailer showed more of the
They
games.
did. They also dropped the Redfall. They showed a lot more about Redfall. It's just kind of looks like a vampire-y, like, I don't know. It seems like it's like a co-op-y, like, team thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. You're like vampires fighting shit, right?
Yeah, it didn't really pull me in at all, and the art vision of it's not my kind of cup of tea, I guess, for what I would like to see maybe, but for the genre they're doing. But yeah, I'm sure people enjoy it maybe.
Yeah.
We got High on Life, which is actually one of the creators of Rick and Morty's game, and it was interesting. I definitely knew it was Rick and Morty type stuff, like as soon as it started, because of the way. Well, one, the voices, basically, like all the weapons have personalities and talk to you while you're shooting, and like you can have a different like experience playing through with different guns and all this stuff.
It's like Bug Snacks guns. It's very
Yeah,
weird.
it's definitely like Alien. It's, if you know Rick and Morty, like it just looks like Alien Planet Rick and Morty shit, first person shooter type of thing where your gun talks to you. So, I mean, I'm sure it'll be, cutesy fun, not cutesy, but I mean like inappropriate adult fun, humor with, gun or alien bug stuff shooting.
Yeah.
I thought this was one of the biggest announcements, if not, I was just stunned by this. So Riot Games has teamed up with Microsoft and is adding their titles to Game Pass. And they are not only doing that, but they're literally giving you all of the Valorant characters and all the legends in League when you use it.
So the League characters being free is crazy. Like the amount of in-game currency or real-life money you'd have to spend to get all 70 or 80. I mean, it might even be 100 characters.
Oh, it's insane.
It's insane. But, League's been out since 2012, so they probably got a fuckload of money for this. And, I'm glad at least if they're going to do it, they did it that way. Because it's like,
well,
you don't want Game Pass players being at a severe disadvantage immediately, right?
Right. And it's just, I don't know. I never would have expected this to happen, especially with how much of a push like Riot's been like talking of expanding and using their like universe to like make, the anime and do the, they want to do like battle royale and shooters and fighters and RPGs and like everything with what they have. And then to team up with Microsoft, like right while doing that is just, it's just huge.
I was wrong. There are 159 champions in
League. Holy shit. That's
Jesus.
So much money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my god.
I would not have expected you to get them for free.
I probably have like 10 right now.
So they've got to be getting money monthly then, right? Like Xbox has to pay them, but like how? I only pay them $10 a month.
Yeah, I was blown away by this, and it was like one of the first things they announced. I was stunned. I never
wild.
would have expected that.
Yeah, it's some wild shit.
What else do we get?
I don't care about Valorant, but League being on their school. So there was a Plague Tales Requiem. I don't really know what that game is. Seems like some weird just story game.
So the first Plague Tales on PS Plus, well, you probably didn't claim it. It's probably on Game Pass as well. It's mostly a stealth game, and you later on control like rats, and it's in like old timey shit. Second game looks to have more combat. You're actually murdering the fuck out of dudes, but it's like what's that shit called when you escort mission game kind of. You have to take this little brat with you everywhere.
Okay.
It's supposed to be very good though. Plague Tale Innocence is supposed to be a very, very good game. So a lot of people are looking forward to this new one.
Yeah, I thought it actually looked decent for sure.
Yeah, I haven't played the first one yet, but I've been meaning to. Cause it's another like pretty story heavy game. It's not very long. It's supposed to be a pretty good narrative game, good story, but it's not really about like the intense, crazy gameplay. It's supposed to just be a really good story, but we'll see.
We got the next Forza Motorsports gameplay trailer. again, we all know they look incredible, super realistic. Like it's more what you've seen before, only a little better.
Yeah.
It looks incredible. We got some Microsoft Flight Simulator. They're adding a bunch of like different things you can fly in, and like gliders and helicopters and old school old school prop planes and stuff like that. And then at the end of it, they started, I heard it instantly, heard the Halo music cutting in. I was like, wait, no way. And then a Pelican came flying in. So they're adding a Pelican from Halo into Flight Simulator. I was
That's
like,
pretty neat.
that's hilarious. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'll never play Flight Simulator,
Yeah,
but
same.
for those that love it, I have a buddy who is a pilot and actually enjoys doing it, so good for him, Overwatch 2 was announced as a 2022 October release.
Fuck Overwatch 2.
It's free to play.
Dude, watching that game, how dare they call it fucking Overwatch 2?
Yeah, it's just the same.
It
game.
is very
looks 100%
literally
the same.
the same game. Like, it's not like, oh, it looks mostly. No. It's not like they have not done anything.
It's the
I'm
same.
pretty sure people have already played it too.
Yeah, I think they even kind of said like it's the same game, and I think it's kind of been known for a while because I've been heard it being said on like podcasts and shit for a very long time now. I feel like almost way more than 6 months. I've heard people say, "Oh, Overwatch 2 is literally Overwatch 1." They're just calling it Overwatch 2, but it's just Overwatch 1 with some new characters and some reworked mechanics. It could have literally been just like a huge update that they could have rolled out. If
And
anything,
they totally
make it an update. Charge charge $30 for it and call it a giant update.
It doesn't even have new better graphics. Like they did nothing. They did nothing.
It doesn't.
That's Blizzard is such trash now, dude. Like it's just frustrating.
Was the original free to play?
No.
Oh, so that's the big ticket then.
Yeah, first one was full price.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I guess that's probably part of it. Yeah, I guess it's a pretty big deal.
They announced the new character, and I was dying because it was 100% an Australian, badass looking chick. It's totally Mad Maggie from Apex.
Oh my god, dude! I saw it. I was like, "What the fuck?" It's just Mad Maggie.
Mad Maggie.
It's just like they didn't even try to. They didn't even pretend.
No, it was 100%.
Yeah.
Oh god. We got I think a strategic town building game, Aura History Untold. If you play it, I'm happy for you. But Elder Scrolls Online, they dropped a trailer for High Isle, but I think that's that's out next week.
Yeah.
I mean, they continue to drop a bunch of new shit. They do a good job with it. Like they really do give you continually great content, but it's a commitment, and I just haven't made it. So
yeah, I subscribed to it for a month, and I played it for 2 days and canceled my sub. I was like, I don't do horizontal progression. I don't like it. I don't like everything being your level all the time. Like I want to feel strong. And part of the fantasy is like, oh, I can come back and fuck that shit up that killed me. Now it's like, I come back and I'll fuck them rabbits up, and the rabbit's like, nah, bitch, I'm still strong. And you're like, oh,
right.
Oh. And the combat's just not great in
I didn't mind it, but I played on controller, so to have a game like that on console and it runs so smooth for me was actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Fallout 76 dropped a trailer for The Pit. I was a little torn on this because, again, Fallout 3 is my favorite, and The Pit is a DLC from Fallout 3. I don't want them putting this in this game. I'm really annoyed because I know it's going to be dog shit, and all it's really going to be is an event. Like they do these world event things, and it'll be something where you travel there as a world event thing, I feel.
Yeah.
And I really don't want them soiling, because The Pit was a good DLC, and it's fine for people, that are still playing. Like maybe, yeah, it's great. It's not tempting me at all to go back. I'd rather play Fallout 3 again and then just do the DLC. So
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 5 and Hot Wheels DLC. We got a nice look at that. I think that looks
pretty
sick.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that looked neat.
Oh, it looked real cool. Keep it in the family with Arc 2.
Oh
We
my
got
god.
Vin Diesel riding a dinosaur in the
He-
trailer for Arc 2.
It looks so bad.
Oh yeah,
I
that was
know.
just that one didn't have any fucking gameplay. That was just
And it got pushed
CG
back.
nonsense.
Yeah, it got pushed back. It was supposed to come out in 2022 and got pushed back to
Mhm.
2023. No specific
I
date
thought
either.
they said that did have gameplay in it at the end.
Nope, it's just
No, that was just
it's
Oh.
just him
CGI
riding a dinosaur. It's the dumbest trailer I think of the entire show. It's dinosaurs
Because
fighting.
it's his face, like right at the beginning too.
Yeah, it's two dinosaurs fighting, and then a bigger dinosaur comes, and then it's just him riding a dinosaur. The end. Like what?
I don't know, man. I don't know who thinks he's The Rock or something. Like, dude, nobody care. Like,
Damn,
you're
dude.
not jacked. You're not super handsome. You're not like in dope ass crazy action shit. Like, who? I guess I think the Fast movies have put so much money in his pocket, and he is so absolutely loaded that
Yeah,
he has this weird inflated idea of himself, and the fact that he what's it called, rivals with Dwayne Johnson in those movies. I think he thinks he's on the level of Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
I think he really believes
Family.
that he is on
He
that level
also-
of an action star.
He's on that Jean-Claude Van Damme shit where like he demands that he has to win every fight in every movie he's in. Like he can't.
Yeah.
No one can beat him. It either has to be a draw, or he has to win. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Um.
Anyways,
So
those are-
Flintlock, we got a trailer for that as well. Oh, sorry, we
Whoa,
got a trailer
whoa,
for
whoa, whoa.
Scorn. For Scorn, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah,
man.
it looks crazy. It's like a
I was like,
Geiger,
holy
that looks
shit.
pretty neat.
Geiger-esque like horror shooter type thing.
Yeah. It literally looks like everything is alive in the game.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Yeah,
The
it looks
graphics
pretty
look pretty
wild.
cool.
Yeah.
So I'll be excited to see that game. I don't normally play these types of games, but it looks fun enough.
I know.
But then we got this Flintlock. I was looking at this, and that
Yes.
looks really cool.
I am excited to play that. I thought it looked awesome.
So there's a trailer for Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, which is a third-person action RPG where you wield both guns and melee weapons.
Yes,
And it looks like
sir.
it's coming out early 2023 and will be available day one on Game Pass for free. So I will 100% play that because it's
Ching.
free. I mean, it's free for my $9.99, but
Yeah. I mean, you're definitely getting your money's worth.
for sure, yeah, I get my money. I mean, I pay for PS Plus and I don't even play the games, and I still don't feel like $10 is like whatever. Like I'm paying $20
Right.
a month and I'm getting free games both ways, so I'm feeling good.
You're paying $120 a month though, a year.
Yeah. So I'm paying
That's why-
$240 a month. I mean,
Yeah,
a year.
that's why I just dropped them to 60 once. That way I'm paying $5 a month, I guess. But yeah, I usually just knock that out for the year at once. But
Yeah.
we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
You feel like you're paying less if you just do 10 at a time.
This Siege of Dawn has some stuff that looks kind of wacky, but some of the combat stuff looks cool. Like,
Yeah.
I hope I can make a character. I don't like
It
RPGs like
looks
this.
like you're stuck playing this character.
Yeah, I don't normally go for that, but we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
you're just a chick who does shooty, magic, jumpy stuff, so it'll be fun. There's
Mhm.
some Minecraft Legends strategy game, which like, ugh.
Yeah, I've never played Minecraft.
Well, so these are I guess they did one recently called Dungeons or something.
Yeah, I played that.
This
It was
is
terrible.
basically like a real game in Minecraft world. So,
So-
it's like this is
Yeah.
gonna be like a RPG style game.
So Dungeons was like Diablo if it was in Minecraft, but it's not great at all. It's
Yeah.
very bad. This is like a strategy RPG.
I thought this looked better. Than
No, yeah.
Minecraft.
This looks fine. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
No, I don't. It looks dumb. I was looking at the trailer first, the cinematic. It looks better
Oh.
than this. Lightyear Frontier
Yeah, there's
Mech.
a couple.
exploration and farming game. No thanks.
Yeah.
Gunfire Reborn, which is, I guess, Gunfire Heroes. Is that what this is a sequel to?
Gunstar Heroes?
Oh no, Gunfire Reborn. I think there was a Gunfire game that I'm thinking of. It's
Not
like
sure.
a shoot 'em up roguelike. That's coming out in
Okay.
October. Don't really care about that. Last Case of Benedict Fox.
That actually looked kind of fun.
Story-focused Metroidvania game with gothic art.
Yeah, I thought it looked good.
Yeah, so the story or the gameplay will revolve around entering the consciousness of a dead person and supernatural abilities. Interesting. I'll watch the trailer as it goes up.
Yeah, definitely watch it. It looks good. Next we had like a As Dusk Falls. It's like one of them like storybook games, more or less. I mean, again, if it's your thing, like I'm glad you get to play it. But it's definitely not anything I think any of us will be playing. Then we got another trailer basically saying that this Naraka Blade Point was going to be releasing on Xbox. And I watched PC play or streamers actually doing like test playing of this, or just doing like a weekend where a bunch of streamers got access to play this game. It's basically a battle royale Japanese themed like melee fighter game, and I think it looks sick, and I've been excited to play it. I was gonna buy it on PC, but now it's gonna be on Xbox, and I believe it's on Game Pass, maybe not. Either way, I'm probably gonna get it because it looks fun as shit. Oh no, it is on Game Pass. I already downloaded it. Never mind. I pre-downloaded it on Game Pass. But yeah, I think it looks
remember
fun.
hearing about this, but it's like weird samurai Soulsy style game, right? No,
But it's like a battle royale.
Oh, you know what I was just thinking
I
about?
watched some people playing it, and it looks fun as shit.
Whatever happened to Black Legend Wukong? You remember that game that got?
No, we're still waiting on it.
Yeah. That game looked insane, and then it's been like 3 years, and we haven't heard anything.
I think, like what I said when it first got announced, no chance that comes out and looks like that. No chance that we're going to see that game and it's going to be like that. I think that's bullshit.
Black Myth Wukong, and it's supposedly coming out in 2023.
Don't believe it.
Yeah.
We got some weird
studios. Those Chinese studios often will sometimes show shit like that, and shit either just never comes out. Like, what Chinese game can you even name, dude? None of their games ever come out. They have another game that's supposed to be, I forgot what it was called. There's some other Chinese game coming out of a studio from there that is supposed to be like super awesome looking. Bro, their games never get released.
I remember when this trailer dropped though, and it was like, what the fuck? It
was incredible.
And then they did an Unreal 5 upgrade, I guess, and did a trailer.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know that it'll ever come out.
All right, we got a few little indie games, whatever. We got Diablo 4.
It looks cool.
It looks so good.
Something looks off, honestly, in the gameplay to me.
Really?
It looks like...
I thought it looked good.
It looks like there's something off about the cadence, the way that it plays. It just... I don't know how to...
Is it just that they're like... They always seem to have incompetent people playing the games when they do these things. Do you think it's that?
I don't know. It just doesn't look like it's as like cohesive. And I think it's that they're trying to make it an open world MMO style game. It looks like Lost Ark played, which didn't click with me. It does
look like Lost Ark.
Which did not click with me as an ARPG, because Lost Ark is not an ARPG. So it just doesn't look like Diablo. I have no hope for them. I mean, I hope it's good. I want it to be good because I love Diablo, but
I think it looks good.
No, graphically,
like the graphics look great.
It looks beautiful. Awesome. But something's just off about it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah,
we'll wait and see.
Well,
Jesse,
we already know.
Gonna play it?
The thing with those games is I like those kind of games, but I don't care for like the end game shit when everything gets wild and the screen is just full of like when the screen is just full of a bunch of crazy shit and you're just kind of like standing in one area pumping mana and health and doing wild shit. I like the actual single player components to those games, But the problem is, for me, is those games aren't made for that. It's like story modes and fighting games.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the Diablo single player. People just want to go online and do the crazy wild builds and fight. Like, I'm going to fight 1,000,000 enemies at the same time with this crazy build I have. I don't do all that shit. I'll play it and do the story mode shit. Like, I played most of Diablo 3.
Yeah, it was 3.
But
well, that story was
yeah.
trash too. That's the problem too. They're not great,
Yeah.
but I will say
I think it'd be fun for us to
graphically,
play. Are we gonna be able to play like co-op on that then?
yeah, you. we
Yeah,
can
I
play
mean,
for
you
sure.
get you, me, and Justin, and we'll play it, and it's cross progression, cross play. Like, it's gonna be great.
I mean, I think it looks fucking gorgeous, and I'm so happy that they've gone with like the back to the dark gothic bloody art style. And I'm watching it. I don't know. I think you're right. It's probably just that they don't want to show off too much of the high end skills and things like that. But we'll see. I'm definitely gonna play it. I'm so mad at them for Immortal. And I've been playing. I didn't mention it, but I've been playing Diablo 3 again a little bit, just because I was so mad. I was so mad that it made me want to go play Diablo 3. And I've been playing a Necromancer that I never played, and making Corpse Explosion my main skill, and it's fucking really strong. So I'll definitely be playing a Necromancer because they didn't bring any of my favorite classes. Necromancer was one of my favorites in 2, but I always start as a Paladin, and they don't have a Paladin or a Crusader in this one. So we have all 5 classes. So Barbarian, Druid, what is it? Barbarian, Druid, Sorceress, or Sorcerer, Necromancer, and then I want to say Witch Doctor, maybe? I can't remember. Anyways.
Did I miss something? Like, is this Wulong game the one you guys were literally talking
about?
No.
That's some other shit. That looks all right. That looks like Chinese.
It's by the Neo developers.
That's just another CGI trailer.
Yeah. That's just the introduction thing.
It looks like Chinese Neo.
Yeah, it's Neo basically. It's the same team.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Tecmo Koei. So it'll be Chinese Neo, which means it'll probably be good. It'll be hard as shit.
Persona is coming to Xbox.
That's great.
Cool.
Coming
that's
to PC
cool,
and Xbox. So I'm gonna play through probably all of them. I've never beaten any Persona game, so I'll definitely try and play through Persona 3 and 4. The problem is, once you get into the school shit, and I know that I can only do certain amount of stuff, like I'm gonna panic.
That's really rough. That's the rough part about it. Because I played I don't know 40 hours of 4. It's a really cool story, but yeah, then like you get into the school shit and you've got time limits and you have to pick who do I want to bond with, and you can't max everybody. It's if you want to, you have to like look up guides on how to, like what you need to do to be able to balance certain things out. You don't care about trophies, but like or achievements, but like with that, you have to follow certain guides or you'll fuck the game up.
I follow a guide through my Trails games, but only because they give you points for like as long as you do all the side quests and stuff, and you can miss them if you don't talk to everybody. So I keep a guide up to show me the hidden quests and stuff, and because if you get all the points, you get weapons and shit. So of course I want that.
Yeah, the game's great, but you'll definitely have if you're afraid of missing shit. That's the shitty part about it.
So far, only P5 has a release date, which is October 21st, which is really cool. So maybe I'll play that on my PC. I don't know.
That game's awesome.
I bought Royal on my console, but playing on PC, I can at least keep the guide up on my other screen, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Some Kojima shit, right?
He just announced that they just announced officially that he is making a game with Xbox Studios. And he said it's a game he's always wanted to make. What it is or anything, we don't know.
Yeah,
it's just the next Death Stranding shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be dumb and suck, and then people are gonna pretend like it's the greatest thing ever. So just get ready for that. Get ready to have that on Xbox now, James. You're gonna have some fucking highbrow dudes like, it is the most amazing game ever, and you're gonna look at it and be like, it's like a guy combing his hair, the game. You know, and you're like,
the last game was like obsessed with water. This one will be like the desert.
Yeah. But then we got the big one was Starfield.
Yeah.
Literally big. And when we say big, they have the genius that is Todd Howard said there is going to be 1,000 planets that are all explorable in multiple universes in a ship you can fly, that you can build, customize while flying out of your own port on a planet that you build, that you customize.
I don't believe any of it.
Yeah, they said that
anything
shit
Todd
about
Howard
No Man's
says,
Sky.
anything Todd Howard says, you can assume is either not going to work or be much less than what he says, right? Like,
Yeah.
there'll be, I'm sure, 1,000 planets, but some of them will be like how in Mass Effect you can explore quote unquote a planet, but it's like you stay in space and you just like click a button that says look for resources, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I think he'd made a point to say you could land on any of them anywhere, but I think a lot of them would be just like generated bullshit with nothing much on there.
99% of them are going to brick your computer when you land on them.
Probably.
Or brick your system.
I will say, I thought the gameplay looked beautiful. I think the customization looks super in depth. The gear looks super in depth.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of the building shit being overtaking a game, and it does look like it's going to be like a big deal in this game.
I will say, graphically, you can tell they're not using the same engine, thank God, as they did for Fallout, 1 or 3 and 4.
They're using the same face model shit, though.
Yeah,
Good
they still have
Lord.
the stiff animations. Ugh. But it does, like, the world looks really good. It doesn't look as, like, interesting to me gear-wise. Like, it's got that Fallout thing where it's, like, it's guns. So it's less, like, like, there's just only so much you can do.
I think they're going to be a lot more customizable than Fallout for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it is more about the exploration in this one. And I think I wish they would have showed a planet that wasn't like the moon or something.
Yeah.
Like, show us something with some vegetation, give us a little bit more, because I know they flashed a planet that had vegetation when they were showing that you could explore all these different planets. And I would have liked to have actually seen the gameplay on it. But I think the gameplay we got looked really good. It's definitely going to be buggy. It's Bethesda. It has to be.
Yeah,
it's going to have its flaws. I do think it's going to still absorb a lot of time as long as there's some sort of a story. I'll enjoy just the exploration personally. Like that. That's going to be
the dog fighting looks good. I didn't watch all this before, like the space.
Oh, the jets, the spaceship shit looks good.
Yeah,
like, real good.
Graphically, it looks great, but I just can't trust Bethesda to make a game that runs right. Like.
So it says 100 solar systems. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm
those,
scared for that.
No Man's Sky taught me that I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Did either of you watch the side by sides of that stuff?
Of what? No Man's
the Starfield and No Man's Sky side by side.
No Man's
Sky completely ripped it off.
No Man's Skyrim.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. When they show the gameplay, you're like mining shit and doing like it looks exact. I'm like, ooh boy.
Well, when he said
Look up side by
1,000
side.
planets, I'm like, that's what they said for No Man's Sky, dude.
Yeah, but they said a
yeah.
infinite planet, like 1 million or 1 billion planets, and like that sounded great. But it's like I would literally never be able to see that. Give me 10 really beautifully like rendered and curated planets. I don't need 1,000.
I think this game has been, we know it's been in development forever, and it's also Tom Howard's own it's his little baby, like this is his
I think it's going to be good.
This is his game he's wanted to have.
I think it's going to be good.
Sci-fi game.
Bethesda makes badly made games, but they're all pretty good. Like in terms of like they all end up being pretty good. And Fallout 3 is amazing, and was amazing. And even though it was playing like shit, it was still amazing. Oblivion.
And I know
great.
you're not a fan, but like Skyrim's great, dude.
Yeah. Listen, I think there's a lot of problems with it, but when it came out, it fucking blew everyone's minds, mine included. Just unfortunately,
it's beautiful. World.
Unfortunately, Dark Souls 1 also came out that year.
Oh yeah, that's I wasn't privy to that one.
All right, so let's move on to the Capcom Showcase and get the fuck out of here.
Alrighty, so Capcom started with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I don't play it. It's on that's a Switch game, so we don't fuck with that. But for
Yeah.
people who do, it's more Monster Hunter Rise stuff. I believe there's a demo or something out now or coming out. Yeah, on the 14th, which is a pretty cool demo. It's got a giant boss in the demo. That's pretty awesome. Then they didn't show any Street Fighter 6, but we already know we got it. Capcom
Right.
Fighting Collection will be out tomorrow, so that's very cool. No, my bad. June 24th. Capcom Arcade Second Stadium is cool. It's another 30-something arcade games, so I'll be getting all of those. Then they showed Exo Primal and told everybody that there's going to be a beta or a network test for it, which I'll be in there doing that. Then super fucked up, made this big deal. They come out, Dragon's Dogma 10 years. And the fucking director of Dragon's Dogma comes out, Dragon's Dogma 10 years. And basically they're just like, so we're going to drop a video you can watch that will talk about Dragon's Dogma, the shitty comics we made for it, and the even shittier anime we put out. So there's going to be like a 10-year, I don't know, celebration video.
How have they not made a sequel to this game? It's fucking criminal. Like,
I don't understand.
someone needs to arrest somebody at Capcom.
I don't get it. So
you can't have Dragon's Dogma and let it be one game.
Yeah, man, that's just what they're gonna do.
Like, look, if they made other games in the same vein, similar to like how From makes games, and they all have the same kind of DNA, but they make different worlds, great. But they just made Dragon's Dogma, dropped it on the world, and then we're like, see ya. And it's so good. It's so fucking good.
That's the bummer. It's so good, and they just refuse to follow up. Maybe they're afraid of fucking it up. Like, I don't know, man. If anything, just at least bring the damn DLC, bring the online game over here. Let us try it. I don't care if it didn't do good over in Japan. I mean, if it didn't do good over there, it probably won't over here either. But just let us play it for a little bit. But
do something.
Yeah, I don't know.
What a waste of anything. Don't even talk about it if what you're gonna do is put out a goddamn 10th anniversary video. Or don't bring it to like the Summer Games event. Just drop it on Capcom's website or on dragonsdogma.com and say, hey, 10 years of Dragon's Dogma. Here's what we did in that 10 years. Fuck all nothing. Made two shitty anime and fucking a shitty comic book. Bye.
Yeah, fuck off. Hopefully, like, who knows, the video will come out and at the end they're like, well, here's Dragon's Dogma 2. But I doubt it. So fuck that. Fuck them for that. But I did play it again. I can definitely tell because I play video games that are modern. It is a little bit dated.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But I'm playing a mage on that, or at least my character was a mage, so it was a little wonky. But I also had all the giant spells that take like a while to cast, but they're still super gratifying to cast to make a giant actual size tornado.
Dude, I remember when Dragon's Dogma was coming out, I was obsessed. I randomly heard about it, like, because this was in 2012, so like, the internet was the internet, but like, games weren't. I don't know. We didn't get as much like day and date game knowledge every week of whatever's coming. Like the trailers and drums. I saw a random video and I was like blown away with the shit you could do in the game. Like, mages have a spell where you can float. Basically, you can like slow fall. And I was watching guys like find secret treasure and shit using that, getting on roofs in the main, like doing everything. And I was just like, what the fuck is this game? It's going to be so crazy. And then it came out and it wasn't as deep as I thought it would be with that kind of stuff, but it was still amazing. It was still fun.
Yeah, it's still very cool.
Yeah.
And then we got a bunch of Resident Evil stuff. Basically, Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7 all got PS5 upgrades or next gen upgrades. So they got like PS5 and then Series X and S upgrades. They're all free upgrades, which is great. So I went out and bought 3 and 7. Then we got Resident Evil 4 remake, full presentation, with mostly cutscenes, mostly CGI, not really much gameplay, but some in. Basically, we saw in-game graphics. Looks cool,
Yeah, it looks
Just
good.
It's very brown and ugly looking, but
Yeah, 4 is not my favorite. It's funny. 2 and 3 are probably my favorite Resident Evils. 4 was when it went really actiony. I think the last one I loved was Code Veronica. Because I like Resident Evil to be horror game,
yeah.
And 4 was where it started going off the rails. And then it came back to horror 7, and then 8 is a little goofy, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
So we're getting an expansion or a DLC for 8, a whole bunch of DLCs. So
Yeah, a whole bunch of shit. So
yeah, so an add-on that is that Mercenaries. That's the mode that was supposed to come out originally, right?
no, so Mercenaries is in most Resident Evil games. It's basically like an arcade mode where you pick a map and then it's like zombies, basically.
Okay,
Like it's just kill enemies. But Mercenaries is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool mode. So that's pretty awesome, especially with all the cool enemy types in this game. So that'll be coming out. The what you're talking about is RE Verse, which is the multiplayer shooter
PvP.
game. It's finally coming out in October.
That's what I thought. Mercenaries. My bad.
Yeah, so October we'll be getting RE Verse will be here. But yeah, there's gonna be 3 major DLCs. What's called the Winter Update for Resident Evil 8, and it'll be the Mercenaries mode, a third-person mode, which is super cool because the game will look better in my opinion.
Yeah.
But as I'm playing 3, I realize like, man, it's probably going to play worse, I think.
Yeah.
Because when you're in first person, you're kind of gliding around and you're not getting stuck on shit. With the thing with the third person, it looks way better, but they purposely jank up the stage so you're always kind of stuck on stuff so stuff can grab you.
For sure.
And Resident Evil 8 isn't zombies really. And like in Resident Evil 3, like it's fucking zombies, so they're always trying to grab you. So I don't know. We'll see how it is. Maybe it won't be as clunky and weird, but and then the last part was the super wild part, which is a full-on DLC, for the daughter Rose. When you beat since they spoiled it for everybody else, when you beat the game, it fast forwards like 15-20 years. And you see his daughter when she's like, I don't know, she's definitely not like 15, but she's not like 25. Let's say she's like 18. And you see her, and it kind of alludes to like, oh, she has powers now, and she's being protected by the stars or whoever the fuck. You play as her going back to the village in the future. That's fucking nuts, man. I thought we would have to wait like till Resident Evil 9 to see who she was or what, but we'll be getting to play as her and seeing her go to the village and find out her origins. You see her run into her twin, who is being kept there in a dungeon. So that's super wild. Like, I will play that. At the moment that comes out, I will play and finish that immediately, because I was I really enjoyed the end of Resident Evil 8, and I really liked the story a lot. So that's pretty awesome, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's really cool.
For expansion to come out like that, and for Capcom to actually do something like that, they could have milked that and said like, oh, okay, because I thought like, oh wow, now we have this character Rose. I can't wait to see what she's like in Resident Evil 9 or 10, and it's awesome that they're going to bring her back now. So good on you, Cappy Kami, and that's it.
Yep.
No questions this week.
No questions this week because it's been 3.5 hours already, and we just finished, and we rushed through some of it. So, but you know, we do it. We started early today, so my energy level's been high, baby. Let's go. Yeah, so we appreciate you guys coming out. I don't know what we've got next week to talk about. Probably more Miss Marvel and stuff, but I don't think it will be as major as this week unless something crazy happens. Well, maybe Friday, Bandai Namco UK is going to put out something fucking wild.
Yeah, we'll see what that is. Who knows?
Speaking of UK, they put out a fucking Mortal Shell Game of the Year edition that looks dope as fuck that you can only get in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a steel book. and like a poster and all this stuff. And I almost bought it, but I'm broke this week, so I didn't.
Wow.
I almost did it, but it's only like you can only buy it on like Play Asia and like all those, one of those like weird sites. But yeah, so we'll be back in a week. We love you guys.
I'm gonna do my best to try to stream again on YouTube. Which, by the way, like I was out hiking and on this like cliff edge, by the way, like overlooking it, taking a picture, giving my dog some water, and some lady like walks up. She's like, "Are you like on YouTube?" And I was like, "Oh God, please no." And I was like, I mean, I stream some stuff. Like, do you do like hiking videos? I was like, oh no. I was like, it's probably just the beard throwing you off. I was like, that's definitely not what I do. So I got like super like, no, not somebody from the.
You're about to get recognized.
One of the 6 people.
Right. Hey, I've gotten a lot of views on there actually.
No, he means that listens to us.
Yeah, that's true. But
yeah, I will be streaming again soon. I'm gonna probably stream. Well, I don't know, maybe Friday. I don't know, because tomorrow we'll be doing D&D, I think. But I want to stream.
If you're not, I will be most likely.
Yeah, I haven't been playing anything that I wanted to stream. EverQuest is not a streamable game, really. But I'm probably gonna play some Dragon's Dogma. Start that, have fun, dick around. I don't know, we'll see. But I'll stream. And James will stream. Jesse will stream. Yeah. Well, we'll be up. Check around. We love you. We mean it. Bye.
Take care of yourselves, guys.
Bye.